Hey, those little creeps are sure ugly.
Oh yeah, I'll show you ugly.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller.
First time
Caller.
First time caller.
After downloading the free Discord app, use the invite link in the description or scan this QR code with your phone to be taken to the Beyond Wednesdays Discord server.
First time listener, long time caller.
There you will see the Modern Comic Mayhem category on the left with the call-in waiting room. Join that call-in waiting room, set up your camera and your mic, and have your questions ready.
Call me now.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, robots in disguise.
It's the Decepticon communicators! Get more Autobots!
The Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Transformers from Hasbro.
The following program deals with a controversial
subject.
The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
It was an extra long sesh, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed your sesh. I know I enjoyed mine. I love these live shows. I get to hang out with my friends, get stoned, and talk about cool shit. So, how you guys doing?
I'm all right.
Already negotiating.
Doesn't sound like it. I see Yeezee.
Okay, USA.
I'm negotiating prices right now. You know, like
know.
I'm so excited on the news.
Manny Comic Collector says Rob Liefeld's on Whatnot. He's streaming right now. We got to go check in. Are you kidding me?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Hold on. We got to take a look.
This show's actually pretty entertaining, man.
It is, bro. He is the dude. I'm telling you, man. Let's see here. How do I search that? L. All right, Rob Liefeld. Here we go. You kidding me?
So, you know, because you guys are so great to me, and
Hell yeah.
already I was sent let me see. I put them on my stories. That's the easiest way to find it.
Come on, Rob. Give us a good story.
This dude posted that for his birthday, he got, you know, he was all excited. He tagged me. He got a 9.4. This was his birthday. Okay. Oh, who's that guy? Okay. Hang on. Yeah, this guy got a 9.4. Okay. That's not through us, though. That his wife gave him that, but he was super happy to get one. He tagged me. But no, so this guy showed he got these from our store. He got his number 2. He got a 9.8. He got that from our Whatnot store. He also shared. Let me go back to that account.
Well, it's kind of weird. I'm surprised that he's here. I thought he talked nothing but trash about Whatnot a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he goes for it. And you know what cracks me up is like he did a thing with he had like an interview with Cover Price about some stuff, and then he goes with and then they do what they do and they list the sales, but all they're doing is listing sales. They don't have a dog in the fight. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so he goes on there to talk shit, and the number one that week, which it happens to be quite often, because it's just volume. Spawn 1 sells a lot, and he thought that they ranked Spawn 1 higher, better than New Mutants 98. And he was like going on there like, it's not personal, man. It's just numbers, dude.
Yeah,
but he didn't quite get it.
And
Yeah,
boom,
man.
just made a sell.
Not bad, dude.
You
Congrats.
sold it? How much, Eric?
$250.
So explain
which
what
one?
explain what you sold.
So I just sold this Jason Dominguez Bowman Sapphire first PSA 10. I literally just listed it before the show, and someone sent me an offer, but they lowballed it. And I was like,
Yeah, you sold it too cheap, dude.
No, he didn't. He bought it for how much? A week ago?
Like 100, 125.
Cha-ching.
I mean, but
Put
I
that
mean,
money
I still
in
have
my hand.
I still have a second one, so it's okay. So he's got one, and I have another one listed still.
Yeah.
The only regret, I wish I bought more when it was at that low price.
I'll give you 200 for the other one.
It's on eBay for 300.
Smart.
We'll talk.
Smart.
You just gave away the other one for 250.
I'll match
throw in
it.
I'll throw in some pressings.
We already have a deal with pressings. I'm not grading comics right now. I'm grading cards. So
that's how you spec on baseball cards, my friend. Buy low, sell high. And what you asked before the show, he's like, I don't know, should I wait to put them up? I'm like, nope. Put them up right now. Put them up. Sell them. The best thing that can happen right now is that he sells both of those cards, and then he's got some more that he can grade.
Oh, well, what are you talking about? Then I can go to the game on Friday when he premieres, get that Astros ticket, buy an extra one, send it out to PSA.
You should just go and scalp, buy a bunch of stubs from people and get stubs from people. Say, hey, do you have a physical ticket? I'll give you a couple bucks for it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, hold up a sign that says, hey, if you have your a full ticket stub, I'll give you money for it. You know?
Yeah.
So, crazy show tonight. Almost 100 people at live, but I wonder why, because the session was extra long. I hope you guys enjoyed those songs. I was a little too stoned and forgot to turn the music on at the beginning, but you got all the songs tonight. If anybody wants to request songs, the best way to request songs is to go to the YouTube video after it's done being live, and in the comments write, hey, song request, put it in there. If I like it, or as long as it's not terrible. If I don't think it's terrible, it's gonna go on the Beyond Wednesdays playlist. But that also means you can't. You're gonna get publicly shamed if you put something terrible on there. So just make sure it's fire. I want it to be fire, and I'm down for old school stuff too.
And you have an eclectic taste of music, so it's really, really easy. Like that's why I never make suggestions, because I'm like, I'm enjoying what I'm listening.
And you can see link below for the Spotify playlist, the Beyond Wednesday Spotify playlist. New songs added all the time. I just add the bangers, you guys. Only good songs on there. All right. Man, we got some interesting stuff to talk about tonight, that's for sure.
Drama!
Yeah. We got drama. We've got a response from Mr. and Mrs. Perillo, a.k.a. Carla Cohen and Lucillo Perillo, or Lucillo.
Hey, did you throw down the hammer, bro?
Didn't have to, bro. They were nice as hell.
Thor hammer?
I didn't have to, bro. Didn't have to. So for those of you guys that don't know, I'm not going to put this in the drama section because this is not drama. This is how comic professionals should handle this shit, all right? So if you guys watched was it Saturday's episode? At the end of the episode, I think it was Saturday's episode. At the end of the episode, I opened one of the Instagram boxes that they sold, on their Instagram. It was $700, and you were supposed to get every book in there was supposed to be signed, and there were supposed to be multiple remarks too. And man, when I opened it up, it was disappointing. I'll admit it. It was super disappointing. I was like, fuck. I was trying to put on a decent face, and even Hood's like, dude, Josh is like, if those books are not bagged and boarded, I want to know if everybody didn't get bagged and boarded books, and if that's just like something that creators just think is normal. Like maybe they just think, hey, people just read these things, or I don't know. Who knows? But None of them were bagged and boarded, and only Carla's books were signed. And there was a lot of books in there, but I don't know, man. So I hit up. It was funny. Everybody's like, Hood's like, I would just ask for my money back, man. I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Just don't get disappointed again, right?
What did I tell you, Brian? Do you want me to take care of it for you? Like, I don't care who you are, dude. Like, you will not rip off me. You will not rip off any of my friends if I think that there's something wrong. Honestly, Brian, I think you're too nice. Optics speak volumes. They go to cons. They know that bags and boards are a thing. You know, they do signings. They obviously have to open. Oh, I got to sign this book. I got to take this tape off and take it out of the bag. What is this? I've never seen a bag before. Hey, look at this, Carla. You ever seen this? And it comes with a board and they put our books in it. That is the most ridiculous bullshit I've ever. How do you send books like that? And they weren't even interwound. You know what I mean? So the spines would stay straight, and that's what pissed me off. A
lot of color rub. A lot of color.
Yeah,
rub.
dude, for sure. The rub just
rubbed you the wrong way.
You too nice. Are they going to give you your money back, bro?
So this is what I did. Check this out. So I didn't call him. I sent Carla a message. I said, hey, I received the books, but the only ones that were signed were your covers. Also, none of the books had remarks and none were bagged or boarded. I opened the box on my YouTube show and I sent the link to them, right where we started talking about it. And Carla, she responded within like, I don't know, an hour or so. She's like, hi, Brian, Lucio's books weren't signed, ? No remarks, ? And then sad faces. And then she says, we're going to make that up. Give me time to get back after Austin Comic-Con and we will send stuff to you. Mistakes can happen. I'm really sorry, but for sure you will receive a new one and we will make sure you have a minimum of 2 remarks so you can make another show about it. So I was like, awesome. Perfect. I'm stoked. You know what I mean? Like that's.
So they're going to send you a whole bunch of books unbagged and boarded again?
We'll see. We'll see, bro. We'll see. Hey, this is the best as of right now. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe they'll add a little extra to it, right? Here's for your troubles. You know what I mean? Like that's if. And I felt bad. Like, you know me. You said it. I'm too nice, dude. Especially when it's like it's Carla Cohen. You know what I mean? Like. I don't want to piss off comics, one of comics' most beautiful women and one of the best artists in comics, right? And I don't want to, make it look like I'm just this person out here that's pissed about not getting what I wanted. So I think
you're telling me I don't have to drive out to Austin then?
Yeah. No, I would. You know what I would have done, Aaron? I said, let me just go ahead and send the books back. Keep the money. I'll see you in Austin. I'll see you in Austin. That pisses me off. Oh, Lucio didn't no remarks. Like, are you serious? I would have said, can you put Lucy on the phone? That's what I would have said. Hey, Lucy, where's my fucking remarks, bro?
Well, maybe we can get a Nearing Nirvana interview out of this. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, dope.
We'll have to.
I will tell you, I'll never order from them after what I saw.
That's the problem with that.
I wonder how many people they did that to.
Yeah. Well. That's the interesting thing because you know what's the interesting thing, Hood? I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have felt the way. The box was $600. No, I paid $700. I paid $700. It was $700. It says 700 on the fucking Instagram thing. So anyways, sorry, I'm fucking out of it now.
Hey, bro, I would order a Comic Tom variant before I would order from Lucille Perillo or whatever, or Lucille Ball or whatever. Fucking shit. Fuck that. No bag. At least Comic Tom will put a bag and board. Hey, comic fam, and a board and bag.
Yeah. So, they were doing. Volsi asked, "What were they doing?" They were doing like this 30th anniversary special mystery box sale, and basically, I was like, "Okay." So what happened is I didn't get the Carla Cohen SDCC variant. So I was like, okay, I wonder if there's going to be a print coming. I hit up on IG. Hey, do you have a print coming? No. But we do have these coming out. I'm like, 30 books, right? I think it was 35 books or something like that. 35 books, all signed. I think 3 remarks. I want to say 3 remarks. And she's like, and maybe one of those San Diego Comic-Con books will be in there. And true to her word, it was. That book was in there. But yeah, go watch the it's like the last I don't know 10 minutes of the episode, I think, something like that. So last Saturday's episode, very interesting. So we'll see. Good news on that end, that's for sure. We'll see how that all plays out. There was something else I wanted to talk about tonight,
just ask for your money back, bro. Please, dude. Like, I didn't see not one book in that whole. I don't care if they were signed.
I know what you're saying, bro. I totally know what you're saying.
It's not worth it, dude.
I know, dude. I know. It after seeing that, it was very. I mean, you watch the fucking video. You can see the look in my face. I'm just pulling books out, and I'm like,
I'll tell you what, because I love Perillo's art, and his wife is just phenomenal. She's a phenomenal artist. She's got a gorgeous signature, but bro, no back and board, dude. Like the audacity, throw it. I'm surprised they didn't send it in like a lunch bag, a brown bag with some like Midtown style, and just fucking send it like that,
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a little surprising. And I don't know. I don't know what to think.
You know what I'm doing right now? I'm bagging and boarding.
Yeah. So yeah, that was very interesting. We'll see how that plays. I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, that same episode. That was a good episode, man. Bryan Perillo came on, hung out.
Oh yeah, Bryan's world class. He's world class.
Dropped some great info, some killer info on Evil Ernie stuff, Lady Death stuff. Talked about collectors, which was very nice to hear. It was very, very cool to hear that. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that plays out.
He's cool, and he actually tries to sell his comic books.
Yeah.
Like we did this time, but pretty much every time one of the first books we're going to hit is his. He's excited to get there, and he wants to sell you his shit.
Yeah.
Do you want multiple? Sure. Fuck. Hey, go. I don't care.
What do you want?
Here to sell. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I think I ended up meeting him before at a small comic convention at Colorado Springs. It was a convention that was inside a like an almost dying mall, and it was like an old Sears, and it was 2 stories. It was an interesting con to be at. Like the first floor was like where all the retailers set up, and then part of the second floor, but then the second floor is mainly to like meet all the different like celebrities or whatever to get your photos and all that.
Yeah for sure. I think the fact that that's one thing that he does a lot is he does a lot of cons. He runs his own con, San Diego this weekend, I think, right? This weekend, not San Diego, Tucson Comic-Con. So this weekend he'll be down there for that. If anybody's in the Tucson area, I suggest you stop by Coffin Comics for some goodies.
Nice.
Yeah. So, all right, let's just do it. Let's get into it. I know everybody's waiting for it, so let's do it.
Can we talk about how? F and Rad put out a post that Comic Tom's video from last year when they were talking about Spawn 306 and how this all originated. I mean, this is the origin story.
Hood, so you are the best at Seguin, my brother.
Hey, thank you. Jabba!
Into the into the into the
Oh boy. All right. So I did see that, and that is actually funny because the first thing that I wanted to bring up was, we talked about this dude last week. Oh, here we go. Perfect timing. We talked about Bucky's books last week. And, he put out this post where he was going through his copies of 306, right?
Near mint. In fact, these are all near mint copies right here. And I got 9/9/8 out of what I called near mint. So some grading opportunities there. I hope you guys show up. Maybe get some cheap.
So this was crazy to me because he went and did a YouTube interview with was it Bronze and Modern Gods? What right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
What did you guys think?
It was an interesting story. I mean,
I don't.
He didn't want to lose money, so he dumped all his copies because he couldn't control the price. That's basically that's what he said.
Well, did he say how many copies there are total?
He said like 500, but
it feels like there's way more than that.
No, there's at least 1,000.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. And there are people
there's three other dealers.
Yep.
That have an immense amount.
Yeah. Yeah.
One dealer has still bundled.
Well,
with the wrap.
And Image is pissed about this. Don't act like they don't know about this. They know about this. I think there was somebody that posted it at the beginning of the show that let's see here. Somebody talking about how a former Image editor or something like that was talking about it. Shout out to Funhouse for the super chat. Appreciate that, brother. Did you guys see that? Who was talking about that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, there was somebody. I'll find it right here. Hold on. There's somebody that are talking that said something about somebody at used to be like an editor or something at Image found out about it or responded about it. The editor-in-chief at Bryan posted about it. The editor-in-chief at Image Comics said they trusted a company to destroy the remaining 150 Spawn 306 copies. Clearly, someone from this company was taking home the loot. Yeah. Well, there's obviously more than 150 of them.
The remaining 150 out of 1,000.
Yeah, they lied. Jesus.
How many are we going to have to add up to prove to you you're a liar?
Yeah.
Dude, if nobody's got a paper trail, then it's all bullshit. That includes Image. They could say what they want. They could show the contract why it should have been destroyed or something like that. Until then, it's all hearsay. I don't know. Did that guy Bucky or whatever?
Burned.
Yeah, that guy Bucky or whatever. Did he say how he got them all? Did I miss that?
Yeah, he said a mother-like figure came into a comic shop with like 3 short boxes full of that book and sold them to a comic book
How
store.
many spawns will fit in 3 short boxes?
It's like 100 and something, isn't it?
That's about 100. If it's not bagged and boarded, like 200, but like 100,
Per
130
short
to
box?
150 per shorty. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. That's at least 600
So 130
right there.
bagged and boarded. So that's
Well,
to do the
I
math,
can
that's
understand if there was 500, if there was 500 of them,
Yeah, just call
that's
it
at least
500.
I would say about 3 short boxes would be about 500. Four to 500 on the low side.
Yeah. Say you want to say low, say 400. It's still there's no difference between 400 and 500 for these purposes.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the art of the pump and dump, man. So Comic Tom first showcased this a year ago.
Yep.
And that's where it really gets good, dude.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and bring that up. Yeah. Shout out to fucking Rad on IG. Let me see here. He's been killing it lately.
Another Cali guy.
Yep. He does
and
sales all
fucking
the
Rad
time.
is fucking rad, dude. Like, if you ever see his IG sales, man, they're crazy, dude.
Yeah, he's always got good stuff. He's always got the good shit. So this is what he put up. It's official. The new term for comic tanking is jumping a Tom. This whole 50 copy fiasco is his fault. Bad research, clickbait nonsense to sell the less educated his Basura box, or bad box, right? That's what Basura means? Shitty box?
Trash.
Yeah,
It's
trash
trash.
box. Box of trash from 50-cent boxes. This shit went from 3,200 to 800 in 30 days. I bet Bry's Comics is sweating a little less today. You want to make smart investments in comics, do the opposite of this modern P.T. Barnum. Wow. So what did Tom say in this video about this? Did he talk it up?
Go to my Instagram, dude. Go to my Instagram. I did a quick TikTok, and I pulled out the best blurb
from Tom. All right, but if it was let's pretend it's not Tom. Let's say one of us did the video.
I know
if it was a year ago, and that was the best information we had. Isn't that the best information you had?
Well, listen to this.
All right, here we go.
Considering it was going to be given away at an event that was to take place at the Park West Theater in Chicago. Key collector Nick Colonies did the research, contacted the Chicago event to find out that it has an occupancy max of 1,000 individuals. That gives you an idea. McFarlane's camp saying there's only a few hundred. There could only, says the following: it is difficult to determine how many of these exist, but chances are
McFarlane's camp said there's only a few hundred.
So Tom said that he asked McFarlane about it.
So Key Collector, the
Nick,
the thorough investigative guru
hold on. I if all Nick did was contact the place to say how many people fit in there, that's not I don't find anything wrong with that, but I don't think that's gonna give you the exact count. I mean, if it sits 1,000 people, 1,000 or less at that point, right?
But they told Key Collector there's only a few hundred. So how many does that mean?
But he says here that let's just go take a look. Let's go take a look at the video. Shit. Let's take a look. Let's give Comic Tom some views.
I think he blocked you, dude.
No. Dude doesn't even know me. All right, here we go.
Well, speaking of,
so what video did Comic Tom?
I don't think that's not true, because I sat next to him during that meal with Dinesh during Dallas.
I've never met the guy. I'll say that. All right.
No, you never met Tom? Okay.
Nope.
And now let's chat about Spawn, because we got to. Comic fam, this is insane. Okay, so this is what happened. Key Collector Comics.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yeah, do it.
The other day when you called me to prep for the show, I was on the way out the house. I was getting in my car to start driving. I was going to get food. and Tom, we're prepping the show, and Tom dumps this whole Spawn story on me. And I'm parked outside waiting to go through the drive-thru.
Were you waiting? Like you didn't want to go through the drive-thru yet?
I didn't want to order food while I'm I'm paying attention. Let me get this and this and this.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, so this is what's crazy, Comic fam.
It's a cool story.
It's a great story because it shows you what happens behind the scenes a little bit, specifically Key Collector Comics, and how important it is to keep up on the marketplace in the way that this gentleman and team does over there. So,
don't copyright strike me, Tom. Don't do it.
Shout out Nick.
Shout out Nick Colonies. We love you over here. So we have this comic book to tell you about. Spawn, issue number 306. 306.
Looks like it. Yep.
Looks like it. This is the variant NetherRealm's Mortal Kombat DLC game edition. All right. This is a variant that a lot of people don't know about because it was intended for distribution in 2020 during the final Combat Mortal Kombat live gaming competition that was held in Chicago that was canceled because of the pandemic. All right. So what was interesting is that there was apparently a $2,500 sale for this comic book. Hot damn. That is insane.
So they printed all of these as they were intended to give.
So I thought that the event actually happened. Didn't the event actually happen?
Yeah,
Like-
the event actually happened, but it was they limited how many people could actually to just the participants to show up.
Give out to the people fighting in this video game tournament that got canceled.
And individuals there. Like it was supposed to be a promotional thing, giving them away.
But then they canceled the event, but they still have all these comics made.
So that's the question. What happened to these comic books? So first off, this was an alert done by Key Collector, and he titled it a cautionary alert. This was an alert.
Is this the video that we're talking about? No, this is a video that he must have just put out. No, a year ago.
Yeah.
A year ago he put this out. Wow. Okay.
Wasn't to tell you, look how expensive this book is selling for. No, on the contrary, it was this book is selling for an amount that seems high for the information that we know. And that's why I wanted to bring it to the mic, because what's happened over the last 2 weeks as it pertains to Key Collector Comics, Spawn, the McFarlane team, and the convention house that hosted this whole thing, or at least I was planning on hosting it, is amazing. So,
So this is what I was told a while back. It wasn't 50 that were given out at the tournament. It was the 50 players and their plus ones got a copy, so at least 100. And I assume all the people that worked the tournament, setting all the equipment, got one, as that's what usually happens at these events. So that's interesting. They didn't talk about that.
Collector sends out the alert, cautionary alert. This book was supposed to have been given away. We have no word on what happened to it because the convention was shut down. No one attended. So how are individuals getting this, and who has them? Because you have to assume if none of them were given away, they're all together.
Right.
They could all be in one box. Does one person have these? Like, that's some of the things that starts to come up. You know, you start to think about, wait a minute, are these prices inflated? Is someone or a team or someone doing something to try to make the most money they can on a book that shouldn't sell for the amounts that it's going for because of this artificial scarcity?
In theory, if whoever might have this stash were to release the entire stash all at once online, the price would drop because there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, everyone has it, right?
So you're saying if they trickle them out one by one or some...
Whoa, there's some foreshadowing there. Holy shit. There's some foreshadowing there.
Small number to kind of make sure the scarcity makes the price high, is what you're saying, like some kind of manipulation?
Exactly.
Okay.
So currently there are 2 copies graded on the census at 9.8, 1 copy at a 9.6, a 9.2, a 9.0, and an 8.5. That is it. So now going on 2 years now, there's only been a handful of copies that were graded. We've been told of sales that exceed $2,500. This is the recipe for something possibly wrong or something glorious to have taken place. Either we have one of the scarcest, most collectible Spawn McFarlane comics that's ever been created, or we don't, and one person is arbitrarily moving the needle on the market.
Wasn't there a write-up on this book on what's the Spawn fan thing?
Oh, Spawn World?
Spawn World. Wasn't there a write-up on this book on Spawn World about, a long time ago?
I'm not sure.
I'm going to search it right now. Hold on. Let's continue, and I'll search it while we're listening.
Now, how do we figure this out? Well, Key Collector did, and kudos to Nick and team over there. So they reached out, after communicating the information as Key Collector knew it, reached out to McFarlane's team for a response, and they provided a response. That is something that seldomly happens. Like publishers communicating back and forth, especially with like the collector's market. The aftermarket, the secondary market, eBay sales, and what we do here, like the variant market, like all of us that collects expensive paper. They
All right, so here's what Spawn World, and I remember looking at this, maybe it was recently, and that's what I'm thinking. So Spawn World has it, 306. Here's 6 covers issue. This variant cover was to be exclusive to the Final Combat Mortal Kombat video game tournament held in Chicago March 8, 2020. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, however, the tournament was canceled. Very few copies have made it to the marketplace. So then the thing didn't happen. Then the event didn't happen.
Right.
Okay.
They address us, they like to know we're there. They rely on us, definitely as a community. Like, we're a big part of the foundation of the damn comics, rather. So this was a small event to begin with. Only a couple hundred issues were produced. Interesting. We now have a proximate print count, hot damn, telling us the information. I love it. It was canceled to the public, but it was still held in private for the players. What we were told is that less than 50 copies were distributed by the event organizers to the players and their plus ones. Okay, so
Okay. So that's what I was told.
It went out to Some people.
Some people got this. The rest, along with all other free swag, was trashed due to the cost of shipping it back to the McFarlane offices. We have worked with them before, so there is no reason to believe that this was not the case.
And that doesn't make sense either. Another thing that the person that I was talking to mentioned was like, they didn't have to pay to send it back to McFarlane. All they had to do was take it to the post office, right? You would think that McFarlane would pay to have them send it back.
I know the guys on some of the Spawn groups are pretty relentless when it comes to rare Spawn issues, and I know several of them reached out to the players themselves to get a copy. I think it would be fair to say that less than 50 copies exist out in the wild at this point. I hope this helps. The conclusion by Key Collector Comics is summarized as the following. It is difficult to determine how many of these exist, but chances are that it is one of the scarcest variants, considering it was going to be given away at an event that was to take place at the Park West Theater in Chicago. Key Collector Nick Colonies did the research, contacted the Chicago event to find out that it has an occupancy max of 1,000 individuals. That gives you an idea. McFarlane's camp saying there's only a few hundred. There could only be at max 1,000 people. During pandemic, it would have been even lower. Thus, stars are aligning here. I've said that a couple times. We have possibly one of the rarest Spawn exclusives that's ever been created. Or we don't.
When you told this to me the other day, I was mostly listening.
So far, I'll be honest. I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, I don't see anything wrong with this. He's kind of saying the story. He's doing some serious fucking foreshadowing right here.
The rest of me was thinking like Taco Bell.
What did you order from Taco Bell?
Like if we all heard that, like Sean said, if we all heard that, you know, and you know, we were like, hey, let's do a story on this or let's talk about this, we would say the exact same thing. Like, hold on, you guys. There's some. How rare is it? You know.
All right.
I was right there in the parking lot the whole time. Like,
Well, dude, like this is how this kind of thing comes up because we have a particular situation that happens off.
Yeah, I'm not gonna finish watching this. So, but basically, So basically, fuckery. Okay, they kept it back. They didn't trash it. They said that they trashed it. There's the fuckery number one. They kept it. It sounds like what happened is they were giving those away, you know, throughout the years at events or to you know, people working for the company, you know, a bunch of swag, right? Is that what you were originally talking about, Hood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just feel like, would it have been a thing if we showcased it in the way we did it? With that thumbnail. And so you're involved. You're bringing up Key Collector. You're bringing up McFarlane, right? And so to me, it's almost like, I don't know if it's rare, but it could be, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And you see what I'm saying? And
see, here's the problem. Here's the problem with what has happened in comics lately is that we're all so scared of print count drama bullshit that everything is like, nope, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
In the chat, did you see Nuckin Fut's comment about it? About his shop, like his local comic shop getting.
Let me find it. Did he just post
what
it? Here we go.
Great name, Nuckin Futz.
Great name. My LCS had half of these copies. He told me there was a random comic guy who had these. My LCS owners traded an Avengers 1 graded for half of the books. He took some others to other local dealers. So it sounds like, yeah, that's exactly what we heard. I heard too that 3 local shops had got them. Yeah, I think it was 3 local shops had got them in the SoCal area, right? So, man.
Yeah, I mean, the only people that I feel like people would have a reason to be angry at are the people who eventually knew what the print run was and then were still trying to slowly sell them so that people would pay more.
That's the thing. That's the thing that. All right, I want everybody watching this to ask themselves some serious question. You don't have to respond what you would do in the chat because I probably won't believe you. But I want you to ask. I want you to think seriously. What if this was you? What if you walked into a short box of these NetherRealm variants? Would you sell them? How would you sell them? Would you not sell them? Would you just come out with a story and say, hey, I found these books. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to destroy. What would you do? And seriously, I want you to think about it. Now, and then I want you to ask yourself, what is the right thing to do? What would you think the right thing is to do? And you know what I mean? And that's different for a lot of people right now, especially what's going on in this country, man.
Give one away every week on the YouTube channel.
There you go. There you go. That's a great fucking idea. I like that idea. Cheers on that one.
You know me, I would have shown them on TV. Look at all these fucking liars out there. I would have called out everybody. Pull up eBay. He's a fucking liar. And that guy's a fucking liar.
What do you think of my printer?
Well, I'm not going to go look on eBay yet because that's part of the market report, but they've
yeah. I don't, it depends. Okay. But like, let's say you've got 50 of them and like you bleed them or you don't say anything. At what point is it your duty, unless you're not lying, or unless you are lying? You know what I mean? If the dude sold a 9.8 every 6 months for fucking 10 years, like anybody's gonna care in 10 years, but like, it's just that shit happens out there where people aren't paying attention to Instagram. They're not paying attention to us. They're not paying attention to YouTube, and they do have stuff in a box. I've seen people find stuff in boxes thought to be more rare. They send to press, and I send it back to them. They don't do anything with them. They don't list them for sale. They don't do anything with them. Kind of surprised they don't do some things with them, but I mean, and it's still yours. Like, let's say there's 100 copies of anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Somebody's got 50 of them, and they go, no, I'm not selling 50 of them. Well, you still only might have access to 50 other copies, and however many of those other 50 people are going to sell.
Yeah.
So I think this is just, the situation is a little exponentiated by the sheer volume and the super high price. Well, we consider a high price for a modern 9.8 that has nothing going for it except scarcity, and obviously being a spawn, which is very collectible.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There's a couple people talking in here about stories that we've all heard. We've all heard their stories, right? Of somebody finding boxes of certain books and this and that, and there's I'm trying to find somebody recently put up one talking. Here we go. Yeah, Sands Group. Shout out to Sands Group Collectibles. Make sure you follow their YouTube. But I hear Sands Group says, but I hear they did this with Hulk at 181. Certain dealers had pallets of the book in the warehouses, only releasing a few a year. And we've all heard these stories, right?
Yeah. G.I.
How
Joe
many of those do you
2.
think are real?
Remember that?
What's that?
Well, it's true though, because you can just look at the census numbers, right? Like look at Fantastic Four 48. We all heard that story that, hey, there was a warehouse find of someone that had an entire box of just
high grade
FF 48s. Compare those numbers to 49 or 50, which are like, or at least 49, right? You can see the two census numbers are totally different in high grade.
Yeah.
I mean, the census is going to continue to change. You see that guy's collection from Fantast, from the documentary Selling Superman, all the high grade.
Yeah, shout out
to
he
has.
Big shout out to Rage Theo and Phil, One True Nerd King. Those guys have been killing it, helping that dude sell that collection. And I think we talked about that guy way back in Flipside back in the day when that collection was actually first found. And the guy wasn't real close with his dad. I think I remember, and his dad passed away, and then they found this collection.
Hated their dad, and now they love him.
Yeah, and now exactly. So, anyways, but yeah, shout out to, if you guys aren't following, shout out to Rage Theo, one of the good guys. If you're not following him, go give him a follow. Him and Phil go and sell parts of that collection like on a monthly basis. And it's crazy, the books that they're pulling out of that collection. So, yeah, man, I think that this whole thought process right now about print run is just so crazy to me, right? It's like these little stories have been happening here, there, you know, the 8 billion genies story with the print run bullshit on that. You know, like there's been these little stories that have been happening, and you find out more and more, and that's just it's very interesting. I don't get it. But that being said, because of that, this is crazy.
What?
How does this happen? Why do you think? Hold on here. Why would you ever think that it would be cool or beneficial to compare Holding Back print run to the NetherRealm 306 Spawn book right now? Why would you do that? Okay, so I'm trying to be very outside looking in guy right now. Somebody on Instagram, you know, you can see who it is, Mellow Fellow Trading, put up a post saying not exactly Spawn Nether numbers, but I was at least super transparent that I was holding some back. All right, he talks about how he held back a bunch of his. He did a Clone Wars 1 variant on High Republic back. This was back a couple years ago, I want to say, maybe a year and a half ago. Right? He does this on the Clone Wars homage. Everybody liked it. It was a hit. People loved it.
It came out a few years ago.
Yeah, a few years ago.
Right.
Yeah. It was a fucking hit, right? And there was only supposed to be how many copies originally?
Their COAs were, I want to say 700, maybe
600, right? 600.
Their COAs though. I sold. Yeah, I don't know, but either, who cares? If it's 600 or 800, it doesn't really matter. Again, for this purpose.
Yeah. So and he had a sellout, right? If I remember correctly, he sold out. Like he had a thing put out where he talked about how we had a sellout, you know, a successful sellout, you know, not like a normal sellout, that type of thing, right? Yeah. So
well, okay, but no, it took a while to sell out because people didn't believe in the flip value, and it was, I think he got it announced on one of my shows. And
Flipside, yeah, we talked about it on Flipside.
Yeah,
he hit us up and said, "Hey, would you talk about it on Flipside?" We talked about it on Flipside.
Yeah, and so that he did that, and then it launched, and like he noted in his post it didn't sell out for 4 days. I remember it was sitting there for days. Like anybody could have got it, and it was. I remember thinking like, "Shit, I want this," but it was the buy-in was high. Buy-in was like $80.
I want to say it was like 70 or $80.
Yeah, it was, and I thought it was a little high, to be honest. I didn't completely not being, I don't know, as big a Clone Wars person. I'm just too old. So I might not have realized the significance of Ahsoka at the time, or that homage, because it is a good and desired book, you know. And so when that came out, and I was just like, shit. I remember I was moving, and I was like, I should probably buy a couple of these, but I was like, $80 buy-in, like I'm not in there. And I remember I kept every single day. I go in there, sit at the computer. I worked the computer all day, every day at that time, and it was like, and I kept refreshing to be in there, and it was there for everybody to have for like days. And also, so it did take a little while to sell out. And also, there are a lot of copies came damaged. So there was a bunch of, they sent a bunch of damaged ones back. I'm not gonna. I got being doing just he gave everyone. It was on Flipside, but I've known him for a long time, so he gave me a set. I think he gave us all a set.
He gave everybody a set on Flipside, except Nico, I believe. Yeah,
Well,
he's not gonna send
fair.
Nico anything. That's for sure.
Yeah. No. So he did. So yeah. Anyway, so I know we got the sets, and he was like, sorry, these aren't going to be 9/8 because of the damages and stuff. I fixed them though. Don't worry. Of course, I still got 9/8. but like, anyway. So I don't know. That's the beginning of the story that I remember with this book.
Well, here's the full post that he put out. He said, not exactly a Spawn Nether numbers, but I was at least super transparent that I was holding back 100 sets when this was released. Sadly, this is what I have left, though I still believe this is the HR book to own. Why? I'm not like his post wouldn't have been crazy if he didn't mention the Netherrealm thing. Why would you do that? His post would have been crazy. Yeah, even if he didn't mention the Netherrealm thing. You know what I mean? Because he's putting out so close to this big, huge print run thing. Like, and here's the other thing. Let's be honest. This book has been rumors behind the scenes of fuckery with the print run forever. Now, those are, of course, rumors, right? We all hear rumors. There's all rumors. Sometimes rumors aren't correct. But there is a lot of rumors about this book.
Right. I mean, but we all know it's a Marvel book too, right?
Yes.
And we all know minimum print counts for Marvel books.
Yes.
So I don't think we have to say more about it, really, right? At that point. So
let's go to the CBSI. Let me bring up. He talked about it on CBSI, right? Didn't he have a post on CBSI? Let me see here.
Talking about the article he wrote about it?
Yeah. I'm going to bring that up real quick.
He wrote an article about his own variant?
Yeah.
Yeah. He talks to himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was going to ask at the end if he left a comment on his other page.
Probably. So, all right, here's the thing. The folks over at Comic Book Exclusives, which is his company, a new premium variant that I myself am part of, which he is honest about. I have just revealed our first exclusive variant, Star Wars: The High Republic, with an absolutely stunning cover. I want the details. Lucky for you, Comic Book Invest has the exclusive info for everyone. Limited to 600, not a typo, 600 sets. These are available right now on Comic Book Exclusive site with two options. And, oh man, that hurts. And does he say that he held back any on here?
Yeah.
Only 400
it says right
sets
there,
will
only
be
400
sold.
sets.
So he did say he would hold back 200.
Yeah, so I mean that's him holding back 200 sets, not 100.
200 sets, not 100. Okay, yeah. So he did say 100. And but still.
Hey, Aaron, what's the minimum for Marvel?
So he even put it in here for those concerned about print runs and verification. I suggest you check out their website and note that on transparency. Who's their website? CBE. Oh,
yeah, his website.
His website.
His website.
Yeah, we all know Marvel has a big old print run of 3K just for a regular cover, then add more for that Virgin cover. Well, the folks at CBE have addressed that for everyone. Not only do their exclusives come with numbered sticker, but they took a page out of Buddy Brent and his IG comic shop playbook, top shelf premium. Oh, they sent a reader copy. A reading copy will be a copy. Okay, so they tore the cover off and sent a reader copy with every set.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah. And
actually,
you remember?
I totally forgot about that. But I did get one of those too. Now I think about it.
But don't forget, CGC also graded one of those copies too without the cover.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they did it, and I don't know.
They didn't do that.
We don't know if it was this, but we don't know which copy that was. There's no way to know that it was that copy because the guts are the same on all of them.
Right, exactly.
Somebody took the fucking cover off and acted like it was a one-of-one variant.
Or it was the timeline variant or something like that. Even though it was like the interior pages. Yeah, that was funny.
So here's the thing. I just don't. I'll never understand the thought process on that one to even bring up the Spawn thing when you're putting out a post about holding back copies when people are already freaking out about print run.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so if he did sell, like, 600 or whatever, or 400, I guess, then that's only 800 books. I mean, there's still, like, what, 1,200 to worry about?
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. No, I didn't do that right.
No,
2,200.
200.
Yeah.
Right. So if there's 1,000, if he had 1,000 of the virgins, right?
Yeah.
And he sold 400 sets, and he held 200 back, so he's got 600. That means he's got 400 copies.
Yeah.
Left. If there's only 1,000 of them, but guess what? You can order more of those. We all know that. That. So, run number 1, 800 sets. Run number 2, 600 sets. Now run number 3, held back sets. Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of people have kind of called bullshit on that. All right, hold on here. I think it was. Let me see who was talking about. There was somebody else talking about this that I wanted to bring up. But anyways, print run stuff, man, is fucking crazy right now. Why would you even do that? Doesn't make sense.
You got to hide in plain sight, right?
Yeah.
He's accounting for 500 damages.
Yeah.
When you, because for some reason when you do stuff like that, people just are kind of like, yeah, like, you're so transparent. Like, when Bucky made his video about that Spawn book, everyone was like, yeah, dude, we love you. You're so transparent. But, like, he wasn't going to dump all those copies. Like, he literally said in his video he couldn't control the price anymore. Mm-hmm. So he had to dump them all before he lost his money. So people are like, yeah, man, we love you. You're so cool. You're so transparent. Like, so people praise people for stuff like that for some reason, even when it's them, like, basically saying, hey, this is what I did, and it probably wasn't right, but here it is.
What the hell?
So here's the crazy thing that the only question I have in this whole thing is Idiocracy calling to the Spawn Netherrealm thing. But here's the other thing. He has been dropping 2 or 3 copies of that book on his fucking sales, every sale since he's been selling books. And that's how the initial rumor started. Initial rumor started because I don't know how many people would send me screenshots and be like, 2 more of them today, 2 more of them today. Like, how many books does he have that he's selling? And he also sent people, he sent them all the flip side. I think even Pete. This is the thing, Pete. I love you, bro, but Pete's like, plus out of the 100 you held back, you gave a bunch away through comps and to friends and giveaways as well. You didn't keep them all for yourself. It's like, oh man, just stay out of this one, Pete. Come on, stay out of this one, please. So, I'm just. Bryan said Bryan says he blocked my IG. When I brought up the print run on that post, he deleted my post too. No. Ouch. I don't understand. I get blocking trolls, but sometimes you gotta be okay with a little bit of pushback on and to answer questions. Man. Bad optics. Very, very bad optics. The optics just get worse and worse every day.
So we're not calling him a liar. We just don't think he's telling the fucking truth, right?
Yeah. It's
well, yeah. And why do you hold back? I mean, just sell them all, dude. Why did you hold back 1/3 of your print run and just sell 400 of them?
So that when they catch you selling them, you have. But this is what I held back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is anybody going to count?
The only thing that trips me out is why makes numbered COAs? Like,
yeah, that's a great point.
I know that the copies I had numbered COAs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure I have a set, but I know I sold a set that I graded. So
was the word authenticity spelled correctly? Because I heard if it's misspelled that it doesn't count.
You know, man, I don't know what to say about that. That one kind of sucks. At this point, you God, I hate to say this, but I don't hate to say this. Most people know this. COAs are worthless. They're fucking worthless. And I hate that they are worthless, but they are. They're absolutely worthless, and I hate that. If you guys are gonna, this is the comic retailers out there. Take this piece of advice, please. It will help you so much with your how people see you, and put a stamp, foil stamp those books. If you're doing 600 books, it's not hard to foil stamp 600 books. If you're doing 400 books, if you're doing 100 books, it's definitely not hard to foil stamp 100 books. Pay the extra 75 cents at the printer to have them numbered. You know, that's the only COAs. Why it's such a you like, Keith says, I like COAs. They help me catalog. What do you mean by that? By the way, Keith playing cover tunes, good dude, great community member.
Maybe if it's like a virgin cover, it doesn't have the title. Like, since it doesn't have the title on the trade.
Okay.
You know what? If it's a great cover, then just say, I got 3,000. I'm gonna sell them. You know, but the problem is there's a lot of crap too, and people are afraid. Like, oh man, I'm not even gonna sell half of this. I better lie about the print run. You know what I mean? It's a fucking ugly cover.
Yeah, but and that's part of the deal in the first place. He didn't know if he could sell them or not. You know, or him and partners, whatever you want to say, because like I said, they sat there for days, and that's after even us announcing on the show. But honestly, I think they sat there because that's about double what a normal
I remember there was a
set would go for. Like,
there was an eBay sale
around 40.
There was a big eBay sale that shot that thing to the moon, right? There was a huge, massive eBay sale on that book, and people saw that, and it skyrocketed.
I wonder who sold it.
I mean, because this was before I was on Flipside. Like, I sold just the Virgin for like $300 on eBay, maybe $330 by itself. This is when it first came out.
Yeah,
and then I think like even like by the time I was on all these podcasts, I ended up selling the trade before like one of the conventions, just to get that extra bread or whatever. I think I still got like for the trade, I still got like $200 for it.
What's it going for now?
I have no idea.
Well,
I'm seguing into the market report.
Not yet.
You like that? You like that, bro?
Yeah, I do.
And how much was that again? Shout out Brian McClay. Hot 10.
All right. Man, interesting. Very interesting. At this point, every print run has to just, I don't know. We got to figure this out. Somehow we have to figure out this print run stuff, because print run just is going to go out the window. I mean, it's really going to go out the window unless there's a real way to figure this out, because you can't believe, I hate to say this, because there are some good, honest retailers out there. Wanted Comics, Bird City Comics, Jesse James Comic, Big Clutch, Hive Comics, the people that we talk about all the time on this channel. They have to have a way to show the trust. It's a fucking pain in the ass, man.
Hey, do you think the guys at the printing plant have to sign an NDA?
No.
Hey, you only printed 200, right? Yeah, I only printed 200. Here, sign right here. And here's your Virgin and foil variant.
Yeah, Marvel and DC and Image. That would be a big. I wonder how much it would cost them. I mean, they could probably figure out a way to say, hey, and get the print and get the cost for them to number variants down to very, very, very low, and it would help so much.
I mean, Marvel's done it themselves though, like with the Banana Wolverine, that's numbered.
Yeah.
The Glow in Dark Return of Wolverine J. Scott Campbell cover, that's numbered as well.
Yeah. Yeah. There's got to be a way for this to be figured out. And it needs to come quick because it's going to lose a lot of people some money. Yeah. Yep. Just like cards. Exactly. Just like cards.
I mean, and we looked up how much a foil stamp kit costs. It doesn't cost that much.
$300 max.
Yeah.
Anybody can go buy a foil stamping kit on Amazon.
What if they did holograms like Upper Deck?
You're such a fucking contrarian, bro. I love you, Hood. I love you, dude. All right. Speaking,
I can't wait for the sticker autos too. While we're at it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It was signed on site.
Yeah. Buy Dak Prescott and Luka, 100% guarantee. So, all right, let's get into some more interesting play here that we're going to definitely get some unwarranted hate about. Lots of unwarranted hate for Comic Book Drama Alert, you guys, and we continue that with our next one. Shout out, I'm going to give a little bit of respect. I've shown them a little respect when they put out the big, huge list of everybody that was nominated, and we went through it on the channel. Comic Book Community Awards, right? They did their thing, and I think it's cool that the idea that they do what they do and all that type of stuff, and it's a good idea. I only have one tiny problem. And I had so many people reach out to me about this problem. I love what they do over here. I love the idea about it. I have a problem when 5 shows get nominated that basically do shows about Ben Stein's Hot 10 Comics show or Hot 10 Comic List. And Ben Stein's Hot 10 Comic List show doesn't get nominated or doesn't get put in there. How does that happen? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the only little part that I got to bring up on Drama Alert. How does shows get nominated that most of their content or a big majority of their good content that I hear is using Stein's list, but Stein's show doesn't get nominated? Come on, guys. Come on. Where was Bryan's LCS? I know you check in the show every once in a while. Great thing that you're doing over here, but man, this is gonna light a fire under my ass. Now we got to get Stein. Stein should have been nominated, and so should have AOA. Where's AOA? AOA is one of the best wrench holders in all of fucking YouTube, man. Jesus, what is going on here? Did you guys see this? You guys probably didn't see it.
No, did they announce the winners?
No, they announced all the nominations.
All the finalists or whatever.
Finalists,
right?
Yeah.
So nothing in the Hot 10, huh?
No, bunch of shows that use the Hot 10 show and the Hot 10 list as their content, but not the Hot 10 show.
Dude, Tom got to start biting that, dude.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. Tom did get his start from the Hot 10 show. But that's my only problem. It's gonna be very interesting. Did this show get
nominated?
Did what?
Did this show get nominated?
This show got nominated, but it didn't reach the finalists, and I'm okay with that. I'm not the type of guy that is
fucking
like...
bullshit, dude.
Man.
Well, I mean, like right there, JP's budget collections. I mean, shout out to JP. Like he's been on good dude. Like one of his shows is literally going over Stein's list like 6 months later, or 3 months later, or whatever it is.
Yeah. Bronze Age Nerd, Chris doesn't necessarily use Stein's list, but he picks, I think, does he do bad books on the Hot 10 or something like that? Not hot or something like that. All, by the way, I don't want it to sound like we're talking any shit on any of these creators using Stein's list. I think that's great. I think that's awesome. If there's anybody out there that ever wants to use anything from the show, do it, and I will never copyright you. If you're not an asshole. And being an asshole, when if I call you an asshole, you had to done something major fucking dickish. But I think that it's a good thing for other people to use people's content as long as that content is being, as long as you're saying, hey, this is where this content is from, and yada yada.
Yeah.
But to have like 5 shows be finalists that do content on the Hot 10 and the Hot 10 not be. By the way, again, I don't care that I'm not a finalist. I wouldn't want to be a finalist. I would feel out of place. So, but damn, I want Ben to get some love. That's for sure. The dude's been doing it for a long time, and I think that the list he puts together, his integrity, the show that is done over there on his channel is a really good show, and it definitely should have been nominated. So, but that's just my little drama alert segment this week. Shout out to Bronze Age Nerd, JP's Budget Collecting, and who else was in this one? Bruce and Stephanie Comics. I think they showed Empire. Rest in peace, Empire Comics. And then there's Rest in peace, Empire Comics. It'd be cool to see him win it.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and then Izzy versus NYC Comics were the shows in this little thing, but. Yeah, it's just interesting. So, but definitely go follow the CBCA Awards. Check to see if your favorite creator got chosen, and give him some love. I don't think you can vote on them anymore, right? I think there was like you voted.
Well,
you.
No, they counted up the nominations, and then that's how they decided on the finalists. And so my guess is, then at some point in time, it's voting for the public. Like, so then individuals can go vote for, their favorite content creator or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Go Comic Man Andy for beard, best beard.
Yeah, Comic Man Andy for beard for show. All right, good shit, you guys. That is drama report for this week.
That's all we got.
That's all we got, bro. That's all we got.
Oh well.
Yeah.
There is next week.
Hey, bro. Hey, you forget what type of hobby we're in, dude. We're in comic books, bro. Comic books. I gotta get that. You gotta get that decor. I think somebody put that in. Maybe already put that in the soundboard. Comic books.
Hey, I'm sorry. We're gonna put up another Preston video, man. So, I haven't put out much content because I do all these shows, and like I told Aaron and Bryan, like I run out of shit to say when I want to do something on my YouTube channel. Like I'm done. Like I'm out of shit to say. Like out of talking about everybody, and I'm burnt out.
You're bringing up a great point. I'm glad you're bringing this up, man, because that is definitely something that I would probably talk about this on the after show hangout. If you guys don't know, we hang out in the after show lounge after the show, the live show lounge, after pre and post show. So if you guys want to come hang out, but this would definitely probably be a conversation more towards the after show lounge. But because Hood brought it up, there are so many shows out there that everybody's going on. I turn on a show and I see you guys on 5-6 different shows. Like you guys are doing more shows than me. What the hell is going on? Like there's like a new show every 2 minutes, bro. It's crazy.
So it was funny, like so the girls couldn't make it on Friday for the Near Nirvana show. And then it was Red Hood, myself, and Nick Hart, and we were just talking about the most random fandoms. Like, we kept it like within the conversation. And then someone jumped into the live chat I think it was like Degenerate DNA. He's like y'all should actually start the show, call it Random Fandom or something like that. And I was just like kind of like, oh, I was like, I can't fit another show in my schedule.
No,
like,
dude.
It sounds like a lot of fun to be a part of, but like I just don't want to dedicate that time because they're like, oh, do it on Sunday and stuff like that. I'm like,
fuck.
I'm like, that's the day I have band practice, and like,
dude, so many shows. There's multiple shows. I'm sitting at my desk and I can turn on live and there will be probably 1 to 2 comic book shows live that are on live of people, you know, that we know or that, you know, that we've had on the shows that are co-hosts on all these shows that you guys, you know, shit. I think I might have watched 3 shows last night or something like that. I mean, or checked out 3 shows last night because I saw somebody was on it. Oh, I'm going to stop in and say hello. Like 4 or 5 different people in there. Holy cow, man. So I do want to say this though. And this is a big piece of advice for anybody out there that wants to start a YouTube show. And I want to preface this by saying this is coming from all love and what I would do if I was in that situation, if I was a brand new show or brand new channel. Do things different. Don't do top 10 lists. Don't do top lists. Don't do market reports as we're getting ready to do a market report. Don't do market reports.
Do you think we're getting saturated on
don't talk about the news that's on you know, Bleeding Cool or
AI generated CBR.
Yeah, CBR. Yeah, don't. And it's not because that isn't, I mean, good content. It's because everybody is doing that content, and it's the same show every time. It's the same show every time, and it's hard to go on those shows and talk about the same thing all the time.
Do you think FOC shows are starting to get saturated too?
The only reason I do the FOC is because Lefteros and Billy over at Economic and Comics has done it for me. It's a quick little segment, you know, and I should give them love because, and that's it. You know, I don't want to. It's hard to. It's hard.
I tell you what, this was the only show to say that Donnie Cates didn't get in a car wreck.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Until you brought it up to do the AI generation of what would happen.
The simulated car wreck.
Yeah.
Him sitting in the middle of the back of the seat in the back.
Yeah.
Directly in the middle.
Wait, did it come out? What happened?
No.
I told Aaron there's a simulation of how you can on the computer how you can restage car wrecks.
Yeah. You showed me too.
Yeah, based on the information at hand, him sitting directly in the middle in the back seat with no seatbelt, probably to talk to his driver. You know, hey, you know what I heard?
I think the best shows out there are the shows
with his laptop
that do things a little bit differently. And there are people out there, and that's only if you like have aspirations to, like, you know, turn into something. If you're doing it just for fun to go hang out with your buddies, then talk about whatever you want, but don't expect that you're going to get, it's just very hard. It's very hard to do shows, you know, about the same thing over and over. I try my best not to have Sean, Hood, Josh, or Yee talk about the same thing that they just talked about a show a day ago on this channel if I can, you know. Most of the shit that I do.
I've got a topic that we should talk about, like, you know, foreign books. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't speak Spanish, so they shouldn't be
you
worth
are damn
anything.
good at Seguin, dude. You are fucking good. I've got some foreign books tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on the market report.
You're just trying to wake up Josh, aren't you?
Right, porn. What? Shut up, Redhood. You piece of shit.
Oh my god. All right. Let me grab my market report stuff. Yeah, man, I did see there are definitely some new shows out there that are starting, and shout out to I seen Josh on Brucifer's show the other day.
I was gonna say you stopped it on that show. We were talking, and I looked in the comments, and I was like, McClay.
Yeah, I saw Josh. I saw Brucifer's show the other day. Shout out to Brucifer. I actually told Brucifer that. I said, "Hey, man," because I think Brucifer's good. I think Brucifer's really good on camera, and he sounds like he's good. That's another thing. In all reality, sometimes it's hard to be in front of the camera. Sometimes it's hard to hear your own voice. It's hard to do all that stuff, and when you're good at it, that makes it a lot easier. So shout out to them. Sounds like you guys have a good show over there. Tell Kyle. I talk to Kyle all the time. I talk to Dino. Shout out to Dino. I know. Sean's always on Monday nights on Flipside, and that's where the market report that I do got its start. So I try not to have the same books that I know Z or Dino are going to bring up in their market report of the same stuff. Because of that, it's hard. It's hard to watch every show also. So that's another thing. So it's like, okay, what's a weird story or a weird thing that I can come up with? And I thought that it was pretty cool to hear you guys talking about video games, the way you guys were talking about video games the other day, those PlayStation games. That's where I jumped in. That was pretty cool. So
yeah, I like the movie segment that we like. We each pick a movie that we think is timeless, and then we talk about why that movie is timeless. And I'm doing my little stoner movie every week.
Did you talk about Days of Fuse?
Cool. No, not yet. I did. Last week was White Castle.
Okay.
Harold Kumar. Yeah, and then the week before that was Grandma's Boy.
Oh, great
I love
movie,
Grandma's
man.
Boy. Yeah.
Have you done Cheech and Chong?
No, not yet. No, I've only done those two so far.
You see CGC's slabs for VHSs?
No, not yet.
Bro, they're all on eBay. They look pretty good, man.
Who's making the slabs?
CGC.
Oh yeah.
Like they had a Back to the Future one. I almost pulled the trigger.
Hey, Decor, you can always jump into the Discord and get on.
Yeah. By the way, if anybody wants to call in, I'm going to jump into the call-in live. I wasn't in the call-in live section, but we do have it. Yeah, thanks, Yee. We do have a call-in live. If anybody ever wants to call into the show, the Discord is linked below. It's a free, open Discord. Anybody can join, but just realize I don't delete posts from there. So if you type something shitty, it's probably going to be there forever. So don't do anything shitty. And yeah, you can call in just like Big Leg did right there. See?
I just clicked the wrong thing.
That's how it's done. All right, let's get into this. Here we go. Market report. Starting off with our favorite books. All right, our favorite books. Comic books. It's gonna be in my freaking head all the time. All right, so these are the 9/8s. Do you remember what 9/8s were selling for 2 weeks ago?
Wasn't it like $2,000 still?
I think it was more than that. I think it was like 3 or 4, bro.
Oh, was it?
Oh my god, dude.
3,200, I remember.
Jesus.
Because the all-time high for this book is $5,000, right?
Oh,
holy fuck! I feel bad for that person.
Oh, man, $760 for a 9/8.
That's still a good chunk of change.
It's still a good chunk of change, but bro, I'm telling you, this story is crazy. The great stories of drama in comic books over the last 2 years are great stories because they cause change, right? The acetate gate stuff, it caused a change with Marvel where they're like, hey, we're gonna make sure our contracts are a little bit more ironclad, and who we're giving stuff to do and all kinds of stuff. Shout out to AOA for the gifted memberships. Make sure you guys check out those members.
We're gonna make them sign. We're gonna make them sign NDAs.
Yeah, NDA.
There's 84 graded copies of that book.
Oh, There's going to
So
be
there's
more.
5498 Universal, 798 SS, 9.6 is 12 and 4, a 9.4, 292s, a 9.0, a few shitty ones. And there we go. So 84 graded already. And he just auctioned 60 raw ones.
Yeah.
And he did put grades on them. So he actually listed them in order he thought they were the best in. So he'd have ones at like VF and ones at NM, something like that,
Let's go take a look at that.
So, so that's cool. But anyway, so there's 54 fucking 9/8, and you were still rocking it $700 or $800, because it's controversial or what? Because there's a lot of regular Spawn books in the 100s that still only have like 20 or 30 copies graded that have fallen down to like $200. That have less. There's less of that out there than this shit. So, yeah.
Here's the ones that are available now, okay, from highest to lowest. 400. There any 9/8?
Yeah, we're out of it, yeah.
Okay, let's go look at the solds. Jeez. Ouch. Man. Yeah, very fine near mint. Very fine near mint. Very fine 8.0.
For $400 too.
Yeah.
That's
You can get a near mint one for 500, right? Very fine near mint, less than 500. 50.
I think it'll still hold its value. There's more than 500 crazy Spawn collectors out there, so
Yeah, I agree. Well, how many people in the comments of both posts, both this post and the Mellow Fellow post, were like, "Oh, I want one. Where can I get one?"
Yeah.
Tons of people you saw doing that. People don't care about the fuckery. They just want the book.
nobody talks about those acetate books anymore, but those blue labels sell for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a piece. The last time they came to eBay, like
which books? The Smiles?
the blue label acetates, the UF4,
ones.
the Deadpool, and the Ghost Rider, the ones that CGC deleted from their census that don't exist anymore.
Do you think that's a thing, that there's people that have a fetish for getting fucked over?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
oh God, I got ripped off.
Yes.
On that fucking acetate.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at this: $177, $172, $181, $190.
Yeah, that was the one day when he dumped them all.
$167.
You ought to have like a fire engine sound,
Look at all
Brian, when
those.
you see somebody dumping a shitload of books.
Bro, what? This is unbelievable.
Start counting them.
Have we ever seen anything like this? I don't think we've ever seen anything like this.
People dumping a bunch of books on eBay at once.
A big ghost book like this, or a super rare book like this,
No.
falling in price like this, selling like this. I don't remember any book. The closest thing I can think of is what just happened with Wander Franco. You know what I mean? That's the closest thing I can think of with all this. So it's crazy to me. So, all right, moving on. More Djurjevic. Well, speaking of craziness, we saw that Djurjevic. We were talking a little bit earlier about those crazy books that people just had a ton of, and that Ultimate Fallout 4 Djurjevic variant. Those are in, was it 5 Below packs?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're one of the people that found that out. What?
Not the X23.
No, I'm talking about the Ultimate Fallout 4. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you knew that was at 5 Belows, you could have hit up every 5 Below and just went and grabbed every single one they had, and had a chance at getting a bunch of those books. Well, here's
Speaking of, I heard the other day that 5 Below has comics again.
Oh.
They have comic packs.
Then that's some good information. Need to go check it out. That's for sure. Yeah. X23 number 1. This is Drzevic from the X23 run. This is a 9.6 that sold for $12.81. That's crazy to me. That's nuts.
Yeah, he says only 18 on census, but there's only 18 9.8s on census.
Okay.
And that's a 9.6, so I don't really know what he's doing there.
Yeah, what a moron. Yeah.
It's still rare. There's only 33 graded. I was just like, that sounds wrong. So there's 10 other 9.6s.
Yeah.
He wants to get technical, but there's only 33 graded.
Yeah.
So, and I know I pressed a few of those 9.8s. So
I actually like that one.
I know they're in a safe. I fucking love that cover.
Yeah.
That and the Delotto.
Is Wolverine on that cover?
No.
Yes, in the background, isn't he? No, maybe not.
I don't think so. He could be in the connecting, but I don't think he.
I was just curious because he put a Wolverine label on it, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Dude, there's some cool labels in tonight's books, man. You're gonna see those coming up. 2 Convergence Superman number 2. Those Convergence variants with the half blue were some of the worst decisions a comic company has made in a long time. Those were so ugly. Every single one of them is not worth owning. But you got the first appearance of Jonathan Kent. You know, that's a book that you can buy. I don't think it goes for as much as the other cover because the other cover is an actual good cover. But you could get both of them for $555. There you go. Buy it now, it looks like, or something. Some quick bid.
I forget about DC sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget they're like a comic company and they exist.
and there's books that we should probably pick up at some point in time.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think I'm gonna be Batman for Halloween though.
Nice.
Here's another crazy thing. A 9.6 Daredevil 158 sold for $365. Okay. Here's what's crazy about this book, and a lot of new collectors might not realize this. But in the early 90s, mid 80s, mid to late 80s, early 90s, this was the book to have over all books. Daredevil 158 was the book to have. If you didn't have this book, you weren't a real comic collector. First Frank Miller on Daredevil. I mean, this was the book. Look if you go look at old price guides from that time, old Wizards and stuff, this book was the book to have. Yep. And everybody would talk about this book as, if you didn't have this book, you weren't a real comic collector, you know, that type of shit. Now you can get this iconic book in a 9.6 for $365. How much did 9.8s go for this book? Less than $1,000? I think it's probably less than $1,000. I bet you can pick one up for less than $1,000. Who knows?
I don't know.
I'm terrible with numbers. That's why I make market reports. Moving on. Wolverine 145, the Nabisco, a 9.6, $1,500. Such a tough
coming
book.
back down to reality.
Yeah. See, I feel like that's like the next book that's going to come out where somebody has 4 short boxes of it. They worked at Nabisco, you know. My mom worked at Nabisco and she brought these home, and you know.
Yeah, stuck them in the attic.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, I can see that. Hey, I'll say this: I'm an idiot because my dad worked for Campbell's Soup, and if you guys ever watched the Dinesh show where we have Dinesh on here and we're talking about old school crazy Valiant books, he talks about one of the craziest Valiant books to have is it's like the first book they ever did. Or one of the first books they ever did. It's a promotional SpaghettiOs book. And I remember that as a kid. My dad had a box of those things, man, in the closet in the office. And we just threw them away. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think that they were anything. And
allegedly.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you destroyed them all, right, Brian?
I want to see a search and period of destruction.
I wish I had those, bro. If I had those right now, I would slow roll those fuckers. No, I'm just joking.
Except now you're saying, SpaghettiOs.
Hey, man, dude, Campbell's collectors are nuts. My parents made a grip of money of selling all those Campbell premiums when my dad got let go from Campbell's after fucking 30 years. Fuck Campbell's. Batman 251, 9.0, white pages, $1,525. CBCS. I love that book.
Yep.
How about a 9/8 Marvel Spotlight 28 first solo Moon Knight, classic Moon Knight cover? A 9/8 of that only sells for less than $2,000. Not much less, but bro, I feel like that book should be twice that.
Ooh.
No,
I mean,
for a 9/8.
I mean, that's pretty solid for that book, isn't it?
I feel
wasn't
like
the freaking
like...
Sienkiewicz Moon Knight one like fucking $1,000 when the show came out?
And again, I am talking about old school prices. When I do these, I'm talking about COVID fucking era prices. I don't think that they should be that much, but to see that this book is selling on a 9/8 for $19.25, that book, it's just still crazy to me, man. All these COVID prices are in my head. They're stuck there.
Yeah, I feel you.
It sucks, dude. It sucks. If you sell comic books, you know what, something in your hand that was sitting in a box because you didn't know you had it could have sold for. But that's why comics sell. That's why comic store owners just sell comic books. They don't think about what it could have, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Vampirella. Vengeance of Vampirella, number 1. The Royal Blue 9/6, 1691.
That's hot.
Yeah.
What is that? Like, there's how many of those?
Oh, dude, fucking
barely any of those.
Yeah,
like,
that thing's worth shit.
Yeah.
I thought I had them before. I did not.
Is that really a book you auction though? I mean, I know they set a minimum price if there's only 13 bids, but still, like, would you auction that?
I don't know. If I own that book, I'd probably never sell it. But
yeah, buy it now, dude. All right, so it's listed as super rare on Recalled. It says these comics were originally intended to be part of a set of second print gold foil variants. Legend has it the printers had no gold foil at the time, so produced 100 blue foil copies instead. Harris designated these as Royal Blue editions to try and increase their desirability. However, it is worth noting that the Queen of England did not authorize these. Really funny, man. I need to know who wrote all these Recalled Comics things. The blue foil variant was only available from Comic Cavalcade for a large sum at the time, but it was popular, and Harris have used the Royal Blue designation on a number of titles since for other low print variants. The comic, with a cover by Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti, is also available in red foil, first print, aquamarine, second print, gold foil limited to 500, and then this one is limited to 100. The Legend is. So.
Seems cheap. I'd like to know what the last 9/8 or 9/6 of that book sold for.
Yeah. Well, talking about rare. Okay, we're talking about a book there that there's only supposed to be 100 of them. Look at this Lady Death number 1 Legendary Edition, numbered 4 of 20.
420.
Right? How badass is that, dude? It sold for $300.
It's the one I would want to own.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Like, how did that book only sell for $300? This is sometimes why you hate doing the market report, because you're like,
yeah, that seems insanely low.
Somebody, whoever got that, if you're in the comments right now, congratulations.
Yeah, I would have loved to have asked Perillo what this book was. Why there was only 20 of them.
Yeah. All right. Universe X Spidey. When retailers discovered that there was a hidden message in advanced copies, Marvel recalled the comic and reprinted it. So do you guys know about this one?
Mm-mm.
All right, so this is a good one. So it's on page 28, panel 3. The spines of the books on a bookshelf in the background read, "Harris, ha ha, he's gone. Good riddance to bad rubbish. He was a nasty SOB." All crying about Bob Harris, the former Marvel Comics editor, and yeah. Al Milgram is who did the art, and he didn't like Bob Harris. So it was distributed to retailers as part of the first look scheme, in which retailers get to see a copy of next week's issue, but then recalled and pulped when the slander was spotted. The bookends were corrected for the main print run for each of the 3 variants. Note that there were 3,000 Dynamic Forces copies circulated and 1,000 Dynamic Forces sketch copies. Hence, these are reasonably rare themselves, but not to be confused with the recalled copies. When buying, always check the back page of the bookends for the Harris libel. So, shout out to Dynamic Forces, man. Old school.
Yep.
But there it is. There's the recalled. 9.6. $350.
Nice.
One of the rare ones. Moving on. How about a 9.9 Gen 13 number 1?
How many on the census?
Great question.
I'm sure.
I bet a few.
I bet it's not the only one.
Well,
Yeah.
how many over or under 5?
Under.
Yeah, I'll go under.
Over or under 3?
I think right after we.
Yeah, I'll say.
I don't know, man. They had a lot of those, dude. There could be 10 of those. Let me see. Hold on.
Campbell's selling his own stash right now, bro.
Well, we got something to talk about that here in a second after market report. Don't worry, guys. The best probably segment of the night we're going over next. Talking about somebody selling their own secret stash. All right, how many do we have on the census for that bad boy?
Let's see.
It's an old label.
Is this the one from '94? Let me see.
Yeah.
94. Well, shit, that's it. It's only one.
Okay. There you go.
There's an SS also. Hopefully Jim Lee, but
wow.
Yeah. No, that's it. That is it. And let me make sure. I think this has got to be the reprint. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's only fucking one. That's not a bad buy.
That's an awesome buy, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Marvel Fanfare is one of the most underrated series in Marvel.
Yeah. I like Marvel Fanfare,
dude. Premium covers by premium artists, and no speculators ever think about Marvel Fanfare. You know what I mean? But look, 98 copies of Marvel Fanfare issues can get you a little chunk of change, and they don't have to be crazy books. $313 for a Marvel Fanfare number 58, 98. So, Joe says, I bet there's 50 CBCS 99s. Yeah. Wonder Woman number 38, the Finch variant, $325 raw, near mint raw.
Do any of you guys have that book?
No, that's an $800 raw book right there every day. In COVID, it was like twice that.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful book, bro.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Mama. Sorry.
Marvel Previews number 95. Shout out to Mr. Longshort. You can get your copy now for $415. How much did Longshort sell one of these for? Like
what,
$2,000
for like, what was it, $3,000?
Yeah, I think it was like $2,000 or $3,000.
I can't
and he
remember.
caught hell for it because he was the first to market with it. Everybody fucking went nuts on him, thinking just because he was the first to market, there was hate just bestowed upon him.
Oh yeah.
$415 now. So, Aquaman number 2, one of the greatest ever Aquaman stories, one of the greatest ever Aquaman comics. I remember reading this series as a kid, and it was one of the coolest series ever. And when he put his hand in there and the piranhas ripped up his hand, and then he put that hook on it, he was a fucking badass, dude. Aquaman was a badass at that time. And I didn't know that they had a DC Universe variant for that cover, and now I need to get one. What a great cover.
It's a multi-pack. I wonder what the other comic was.
Well, I'll show you. You ready?
Yeah. Don't tell me it's Harley.
Is it Lobo?
It went for quite a bit, right? Look at that. Oh, what a great cover, man. Was this Peter David? Yeah, Peter David doing the writing on this was a great time. There's the other side. Worlds collide. So, Steel.
Another DCU.
Yeah. No, they're all DCU, right? So, I don't know. Who knows what else is in there, but it's a sealed DCU pack. It's only 2 comics.
It's only 2 comics.
Yeah, those were.
Yeah, it was just those 2.
So, that's pretty amazing. Just those 2 books, still sealed DCU pack, $872. Let's see if he sold anything.
I had a friend. What day did that sell? That was on August 27th.
Yeah,
so
August 27th.
It had already sold when somebody linked it. I wonder if that person bought it.
Superman Man of Steel number 18, he sold for $23. The DCU.
Come on, man.
Right?
That's oh god.
Oh, he sold another one? Oh, it must have not have. It sold originally for $199 and it must not have sold.
Is it the same pictures? Could add more. It's different pictures, I think.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, I got it open. I think it's different pictures.
Different pictures, but same book. Same seller.
Yeah.
Let's see if he tried to sell it again. Maybe there's some fuckery going on. Let's see. Did he sell it 3 times?
Warehouse find. Warehouse find. That's what it is.
No, he only sold it twice. So whoever this guy is that didn't pay, you should feel like an idiot now. You could have had it for $199 and you didn't. You should feel like a freaking moron. I hope you do because you didn't pay.
Oh, it had $85 shipping on it too.
Yeah.
$85 shipping.
How does it cost that much? I don't understand how people pay that much.
Shipping from the moon or what, dude?
Yeah, I don't know. Priority Mail Express, it says.
Space
but like, why would you if it sold for $200? Like, I know. Okay, we happen to we know people that buy these things that are like completely. I mean, it's their thing, you know.
Yep.
So it's like it's what, and some of them definitely have money, and they're going home with that. I did that a lot with. I ended up still looking for getting stuff cheaper, but I definitely on some of like the MV Creations Masters of the Universe stuff. I definitely probably overpaid for some of them, but I was able to put together sets of it. You know what I mean? they're still in boxes. So, but yeah, that happened. I definitely overpaid for stuff that I wanted because I was collecting it, and I was like, I haven't seen this come up in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one was $200. I'm gonna bid $700, and sometimes it cost damn near that much money to get the shit I wanted. So haven't been doing that lately, but yeah. But yeah, no, that's it is real, like 100%, because I'm literally in a chat with the people that buy these.
Yep.
So, and I just asked, so like I know yeah, the chat's called DCUs and DC promos. It's in there. There's not posts every day, but every week or two someone drops some shit in there, and I just I take it all in because I'd collect that if I find it, but I'm not paying $800 for a fucking Aquaman DCU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just no.
I think it's cool, but it's not that cool.
I'll overpay for what I want, but that's not my wheelhouse. Something I enjoy watching other people collect, though, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I like watching my friends get excited about things and finding them.
Somebody was talking about finding a big stack of the One Punch Man first appearances. Well, here's something interesting that I didn't know about. One Punch Man, a 2019 San Diego Comic-Con variant manga, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, $295.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
That's dope.
It's super cool, and I would totally buy one, but I'm never gonna pay that for that. But it blows my mind that stuff like that is starting to. I saw a foil. They did a foil Dragon Ball manga like years ago in the U.S. and it was limited to 500, and one of those just sold the other day for like $1,300 or something like that. Blows my mind that these manga U.S.
that are meant to be
manga.
thrown away, right? Weren't
Well, no, I mean these are from the U.S. Like this was
okay.
given out at SDCC. Like
Yeah.
it blows my mind that these are starting to go for money because then it just makes
Limited,
me
brother.
think like, I guess I'd rather
Because
have
it's
all the
limited.
first appearances from Japan.
I agree. Moving on. Young Allies number 6, a raw fine copy. A fine copy, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Sold for $900.
Still slimy.
Wow. See, this is how you slow leak a book. This is how you slow leak a book.
Yeah, this is how you slow roll a book. Yeah. Fudge. Damn.
Yeah.
And speaking of those Fantastic Four books that people should care about that don't care about, 74 and 75. Love the covers. Here's 9 6s, white pages of both.
Wow.
Sold for $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it benefited charity.
Exactly. That's still a lot. Have you ever seen this cover, Joe? Avengers vs. X-Men number 12, the New York Giants Super Bowl cover. 2012 champions.
That had to have been Nate, right?
I was just about
100%. $410 ain't holding that guy back.
Yeah, congrats, Nate.
Good job, Nate.
Wow.
I didn't
What
know
an
that
ugly
existed.
cover.
What are you talking about? Get out of here. It's actually a really cool cover, dude. When you look at it, it's a really cool
Got
cover.
Eli on it. It should have David Tyree with the football attached
Stuck
to
to
his
his helmet. Bro, I was watching, I had a house full of people, and I was watching both those games, and I remember the second Super Bowl going, Tom Brady's got kryptonite, you guys. It's fucking Eli Manning, and that is the truth. That is
It
the
sure
truth.
is, dude. It's the Mongoloid Manning.
Yep. Manning should get into the Hall of Fame just because of that.
He's got 2 bulls, dude.
Hey, you know what?
As a quarterback.
What was amazing about that was that Brady got the ball back in both of those games with a chance to win it with a Hail Mary pass into the end zone both times.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were going to beat Brady, you had to beat him like that.
Yep.
Because he still had a chance to win the game with no time left. That's how that motherfucker's just a killer.
Yep. Moving
But you're
on.
right. Eli was his kryptonite, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm a Giants fan, baby. I got both those tickets sitting graded downstairs. Full. Killmonger number 2, CGC 98. A CGC 98 of Killmonger number 2, the Decal, 1 in 25, sold for $300.
I guess nobody cares about that book anymore.
In all fairness, it's got to be, and a lot of it's got to be tied to the movie. You know, the call might not be quite as hot as when everybody was trying to drag everything he ever had out of the woodworks, but I mean, yeah, because I mean, when it went nuts, people did think there was rumor that Killmonger was going to show up in 2.
Yeah.
And well, he did. But,
he did show up in 2, but not to the capacity. Not to the capacity.
He's not the Black Panther,
right?
You know, he should have been. He,
God, they missed an opportunity.
He was just trying to get to Wakanda, man. He wasn't the one bogarting all the technology that saved all his people. So, anyway,
that's crazy, dude. Didn't Mel sell one of those for like $2,000?
Maybe.
He sold one for like
there's
almost 1,000 raw, bro.
Yeah, there's a few people that sold this book for a grip.
Yeah.
I used it in my trade to get the Ghost Fighter.
Jeez.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, Tony.
Yeah, Tony's hating life. Hopefully Tony sold it.
I think he did sell it.
Okay, good. Then he made some money off of it.
Yeah, so.
What if Venom possessed the Deadpool Scotty Young? That was another book. This is a book that I'm surprised is worth as little as it sells for as little as it does, because this was one of the big books back in the day.
It's never changed though. Oh, dude, the best. There's a newsstand of that book.
I was gonna say there is a newsstand of that. Yeah,
I had the newsstand, and I know I sold it for probably $200, but it was fucked. It was like a 6.0 or something, and it was a while ago. I made a profit because I got it back when you could pick up MCS auctions a little easier. If they didn't, things like variants would go a lot lower on there. So with that book, yeah, that's a tough, and I think it would probably be worth a little more if it was a variant instead of just.
Because it's basically
it's a compilation.
It's a compilation book, right? Because like the original issues were all in like what ifs.
Yeah, and there were little backstories, so they put it together, 4, 8, whatever it was, pages at the back.
Yeah.
And, you can put the little set together, but it's like, who really cares about the set? You buying it for that badass Scotty Young cover.
Mm-hmm. There's a cool Wolverine cover in the set, right? Where he's holding a baby, I think, or something.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
I'd have to look it up.
My favorite's always the Iron Man one, where it's like the play off the demon in the bottle.
Oh yeah,
but he's
yeah.
All those covers were good. Look at this, Cerebrus #1. It's not in the greatest condition. It sold for $1,775. That is another one of those super rare books that you just never see.
Would you buy this book raw though?
Yes, I would take that book in any condition, bro.
I was gonna say, isn't this the one where there's all the fakes of?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so you would take that fake. But you would take that gamble at $1,700 that it could be a fake.
Oh, I'm not gonna buy this for $1,700 raw, but I would buy it raw. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think let me see, but I think the fakes still sell for a good amount.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because it's like TMNT fakes still sell for a lot. You know what I mean?
Cry for Dawn fakes.
Yeah, they do. That's crazy.
Yep.
But I thought there was always this notorious like faked books from like that time period that people that are still sought after, right?
Yeah.
That Ninja Turtles.
You got that one guy making all those fake reprints of the Campbell books, the Deadpool,
Imagination Inc. Yeah, that guy needs to be banned off of eBay, man.
I thought he eventually got in trouble, didn't he?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I mean, we've talked about him like 4 or 5 times. So, yeah, it was interesting. That's interesting. All right, moving on. Speaking of Mr. Longshort, there's a Forgive Me Father Decal. This is the trade paperback version.
Dang.
Oh, that's low too, right?
Yeah. Longshort screaming at his scream. He's like, "I paid how much to Mel?"
For is the trade paperback the rare one?
It's supposed to be rarer than actually finding the actual Forgive Me Father issue. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the second printing.
I forgive her.
Yeah. Let's hear it, Hood.
You good, baby.
Mama.
Did they do a foil homage to this?
Oh, if they did, please.
Hive did a homage to it with the
Honey. Okay.
Yeah,
that was
Honey,
good.
and then it was the Lobos cover.
Yeah,
I think I have a metal one somewhere.
Yeah, that was a good one. As long as it's an homage and not a reprint foil.
No, yeah, it was a homage and it was a different title and it was purposely homaging this.
Yeah.
They did really good too with it too, because the pathway to her or whatever is like in the beehive pattern.
What's that? Oh yeah. Those are cool books.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next book. This is one of my all-time favorite books. You guys know I love creator firsts. And X-Men 59, as far as I know, is the very first Chris Claremont X-Men book. He did backup stories in this.
Sounds right.
Yeah. And this is a fucking double cover. And it's a Neil Adams cover, a great Neil Adams cover, Cyclops cover. and a double cover sold for $320. And it looks good. It looks good.
Nice.
Yep. Speaking of double covers, another great cover, Wolverine #2, the Silver Samurai cover. Here's a double cover 9/8, sold for $400 of that. Was that John Byrne that did that, or was that Jim Lee that did that cover? I can't remember.
It's not Jim Lee.
Okay.
I don't think he worked Jim. He didn't work
Jim
that
Lee
early
on
in
it
that
at
series.
#2. He wasn't on it at #2.
No.
I think it was Byrne, right, that did that? Could be wrong about that, too.
It sounds right, but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be the same cover artist as 1? Whoever did 1? I can't remember who did issue 1.
Yeah. Moving on. Amazing Spider-Man presents Black Cat #1, the J. Scott Campbell variant. Signed in pink, which is actually kind of cool. And it's
Dang.
not all the way down the side like it usually does. It's terrible.
Someone tell Rob.
$1,200, yeah.
Because I know he's a big fan of this cover, and he has like all the different foreign editions.
I have a foreign edition of this. Graded 9/8.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. I picked it up at that epic foreign auction. Yeah, the greatest fucking auction that I missed. I should have bought more of.
I got a raw SDCC that I got a 9/8 out of.
Do we think that the $400 was a good price for the double cover Wolverine?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I liked it. That book got a little love when Silver Samurai was actually in there.
Yeah.
And so I remember
it's a great cover.
I was flipping Daredevil 111s back in the day before he made the.
It's making me think It's making me think. Do I need to list my TMNT #3 double cover on the market?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Double covers are cool, dude. I got somebody. That reminds me. I got somebody that asked me about my Thundercats double cover, and I totally forgot about them. I apologize, you guys. I apologize.
What that end up as? 996 or 989 or 9492?
Yeah, 96.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. CGC 99 of First World Tree, the Image anthology book. It's a signature series with Tinian, Bianco, and it has a sketch on it. And it sold for $310, 9.9.
Wow.
They scribbled all over it and still got a 9.9.
Whoever is that person that's putting these with the red velvet behind it, I like your style. I like it.
Yeah, man.
There's a bunch of books.
Hey, you
it's
all like on a bed of roses.
Yeah. Out of This World #1 and 9/4 sold for almost $400. That's the early Bruce Timm Alien cover, the Alien homage. Great cover.
The cover's dope.
Great Bruce Timm covers out there that we're going to talk about here in a second. But that's a good one. All right. Check this out. Incredible Hulk #181, just the Marvel value stamp page. That's got some funny irony in it, man. Right?
Yes.
The value stamp is the thing always missing, so it's actually kind of funny.
Dude, it'd be better if it was missing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, dude. Just absolutely no value stamp signed by Stan Lee. All right, thanks, man. He's like, the fuck? It's not like he could see what he was signing anyway.
And then look at the Marvel premiere, the first Wolverine ad. It's signed by Stan Lee, and it's got the Stan Lee label thing. I think that's great, bro. That's the coolest thing to do with that book, in my opinion. And those 3 books. What is it, like Thor, Marvel premiere, and Daredevil each have one of those. So I think that's super cool, man. $337 for that. And then, of course, Marvel Age 41, the other greatest Stan Lee book to get signed. So I hate Stan Lee signatures, but I'll throw them up if they're cool like this. These are cool Stan Lee signatures to me. $710 for that. That's a tough book, man. I remember that book was selling for like $1,400 in 98, right before he passed. It was crazy. All right, moving on.
If the stamp was missing and they just graded that page, would it be a green label then?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, Joe. I almost made him spit up his drink.
That was so good, Aaron. God damn it.
All right, here's some Star Wars books. Speaking about Ahsoka, we got a Star Wars number 42 newsstand 9.8 sold for over $2,000, $2,051. Nice. Yeah, nice sale there. And then the first Ahsoka Dark Horse 1 in 1,000 book, 9.8 sold for $4,600. That was like a $10,000 book, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was was it plus? Yeah. I mean, not even that long ago. It was like still like a $5 to $7,000 book or something like that.
I would never put that book up for auction right now.
Oh yeah, hell no.
I would have sold that book forever ago.
Yeah.
When it was going for $10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars Heir to the Empire number 1, a 9.8 newsstand, sold for $2,000.
Ahsoka came out in Heir to the Empire?
Well, they're talking about Thrawn in Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. Yeah.
So.
Okay.
The first 3 episodes were good. There's one part in episode 3, though, that I got to talk about real quick. There's a part in episode 3, and if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it. No, I won't spoil it. If you haven't seen it, there is a part in episode 3 that you will literally, it had me audibly say, oh my God, that is dumb. It was that bad. But the show has been good. The show has been...
I'm curious.
The part... Do you remember how bad that... Yeah, the space scene. Do you remember how bad the Princess Leia scene was where she's floating through space? Remember how bad that was? It's almost as bad as that. It's bad. So, but other than that, it's good.
The spacesuit looked kind of funny.
Dude, are you kidding me? She's going to get out on a wing in a spacesuit and fight off... are you...
Hell
what?
yeah, this is Star Wars, bro.
Did you see how she jumped from side to side? She flipped, and I was like, what is going on here?
Wait for the figure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ahsoka in spacesuit.
Yeah.
With removable helmet.
And then they even did like the close up and with the thing on, and it kind of reminded you of her with the dive suit on. But anyways, moving on. G.I. Joe Real American Hero number 21, a 9.8 direct, sold for $1,824. Not bad right there. Love that book. Such a classic book, man. Everything about that book. First Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, iconic Snake Eyes cover, silent issue. That's
yeah. I love this book, and I'm still kicking myself every day that I wasn't picking up 9.6s for like $200.
Yeah,
I've got a 9.6 newsstand.
Whew. Man, that is.
Wish it was a 9.8
book. Yeah, I wish I had a 9.8 of that. I've got some really good foreign copies of that.
I have some of the action figure one copies.
Yeah. Speaking of G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes, a blue variant from India. Super rare Snake Eyes. It's a Fun School one. Sold for $1,300 raw or loose. And then, I don't know if there's a lot of people out there that know about this, but G.I. Joe put out I think it's version 3 of Roadblock, and it came with this launcher thing, and it got recalled because I think some kid choked on it or something. And that launcher is super rare. Just the launcher itself sold for almost $200. Moving on, Stan Lee's Secret Behind Comics. You got the first print in very good fine that sold for originally $1, and then a hardcover reprint for $300. It's pretty cool. Secret Behind Comics. And then the first ever Overstreet, a fine copy, second printing, sold for $581.
Dang.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I love these old school Frankenstein books. I just love how Frankenstein looks in these comics. And number 18 is one of my favorite covers, obviously. And a 3.5 sold for $455.
I mean, tis the season of like Halloween, right?
Yep.
That's just right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
All right. Speaking of foreigns, Incredible Hulk number 181, the Brazilian, $350. What do you think about that?
I missed that sale. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
It's a fair price.
Yeah.
That's about what they go for. I think maybe the 1 or 2 copies I had, it's what I sold those for. I can't tell. Like, I don't know how nice it is or how not nice it is, but that's a fair price.
Yeah. X-Men 10194, the Pence edition, signed by Claremont, sold for $1,000.
That's really solid for that book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this beautiful Planet Comics Spanish version. I love how it says Fantastico like that. It's just so beautiful. $1,000.
Yeah, that's I watched that because one of those, I forget how much one just went for at that Comic Connect auction, but there was one of these up there. And then I saw this got listed like the day after. The person probably saw what it sold for, and so they listed it. And I thought about it, but someone wanted it more than me.
I've got some more foreigns coming up. Andy Warhol, Marilyn Monroe Tate Gallery poster. How cool is that?
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah, that is sick.
Because that, of course, the Marilyn Monroe, Andy Warhol stuff, prints that he did are so iconic. I mean, they're just great homages and comics to him, all kinds of great stuff because of that.
I mean, how many people have homaged that style?
Yep.
Of like that pop art
style
of just using like, that color palette or, historical figures on whatever piece of work they want to use it on.
Yep. So $222 for the original poster, which I would have paid that for all day. And then two Urmsy posters. The Pokemon Red out of 50 sold for $255, and then the Amazing Fantasy 15 out of 50 all sold for $300.
I don't know who that is.
Urmsy, big time modern pop artist, dude.
I'll have to look him up.
He did a lot of the Topps cards. What were those called? The Topps.
Oh, the Topps Project
41 or 51 or whatever, 71.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say also, for any art collectors out there, the Warhol collection does sell stuff on eBay through their like official store. You can also
photos,
pick up
Polaroids.
original photos. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because he used to take Polaroids everywhere. So yeah, if you're ever looking for legit Warhol or Basquiat pieces, their collection will sell stuff every so often.
Yeah. Yep. All right, some toys, some good toys. All right. Dreadnought, the Sears exclusive. So they repainted 2 Joe vehicles in the badass Dreadnought green colors. And I think these might have changed color in the sun too, if I remember correctly, which were awesome. I had these. They were so badass. The Dreadnoughts are part of my favorite thing about G.I. Joe. And that's a super rare piece, right? Those 2 pieces right there. Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander sold for $382 loose. And then I wanted to bring this up because I've talked about this before. I think G.I. Joe cover art is so great. And the Hydro Viper card art, I should say. The Hydro Viper card art is so badass. Let me show you this up close. Look how sick this is. There we go. Open image in new tab. F11. Hydro Viper is a cool figure no matter what, but look how cool the card art is for that.
Yeah.
That is dope.
That is sick right there. Such a cool figure. I remember how he had the one hand that looked like that. It was so cool. And the helmet is so badass. And it came with the manta ray. Oh. Damn, dude. Damn. Too bad they put the sticker over it there, but I would love to own that original art right there. I follow this guy on IG. I think he goes by the Great Curator, I think. He's always he's always posting the Disney stuff. Dude, he went and bought a bunch of original G.I. Joe art the other day, and it was amazing. Comic art. I want to reach out to him and see if we can get him on the show because he's really into G.I. Joe stuff too. But I would love to own this original art. Super, super cool. And a sealed Hydro Viper sold for $200 with the old school tag on it. Some more cool G.I. Joe. This is the Hotwire Bat Mechanic with the mech that came with them. This is from the G.I. Joe CobraCon exclusive, or CobraCon in 2008. It's an exclusive, and it sold for $1,526 loose. I mean, it comes loose, but like that, but not necessarily loose. In bag, I should say. That's crazy. I don't know why these Simpsons figures sell for so much. The Simpsons 10 figures, Mattel 1990, came with all the little sticker bubbles too, and all the accessories. $1,225.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Crazy.
It's for the skateboards, dude, for sure.
little tech decks. And then 2 Sumo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Sumo Michelangelo and Sumo Raphael, sold just the figures for $419.
I don't even remember those.
Yeah, must have been way towards the end of the line. Good call, Sean, on ordering the Hiss. I didn't get the Hiss. I wish I would have got it.
The Hiss.
Yeah, the Hasbro, the HasLab one. So HasLab put out a Cobra Hiss, and it came with all these extras. It's badass.
Okay.
Remember the Cobra Hiss? It was one of the first G.I. Joe vehicles.
Yeah.
It was badass.
Oh, was this a HasLab crowdfunding project or whatever? Nice.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, you weren't talking to me. You're talking to the other Sean. I was like, the fuck are you talking to?
Oh, yeah.
You're right. Chat, dude.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
I was thinking of that G.I. Joe thing we ordered at Comic-Con. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, cool.
I
Hey,
didn't think about that.
What are you talking about? You talked me into ordering that.
I thought that came in and it didn't. And it was something else. I was hoping that you didn't get yours yet either, did you?
I fucking forgot. I don't know when it's supposed to come in.
I don't know. I need to look into that.
It's usually like 6 months, 9 months later from like whenever you order it from their website stuff. It's weird.
I don't know if I kept the flyer. I want to say that it said October, but that's just my brain telling me that. That's not like a super clear memory.
All right, Jack Pacific Rocky Paulie figure. This is Paulie in the Santa suit. It's only one of 700. Sold for $1,800.
Wow.
Such an iconic scene too. Mail away Hulk Hogan wrestling figure, loose, sold for $1,100. And then I'm telling you guys, if you ever see any of the Jurassic Park toys at a garage sale or at a freaking flea market, they sell for the big dinosaurs, and a lot of the dinosaurs sell for a lot. But here is the Chaos Effect Omega Bull T-Rex, sold for $275.
Dude, I had so many Jurassic Park toys when that movie came. When did that movie come out?
94
90s,
something like
92 or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So like if it was 90
middle school.
Yeah, like I was like 7, 8. So like that was when like I was going to KB Toys and like I was
Yeah.
always buying all the Jurassic. Like I had so many Jurassic Park things and just threw them all away.
Dude, they sell for so much money. It's unreal.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've even remade some too.
Yeah.
So be careful on that if you're buying loose figures.
Oh, Joe just missed these. I really wanted Joe to be here for these because he just picked up some not the European versions, but they're not all European. Some are Spanish, and but these are non-American Star Wars figures that sold for a grip. So the little Letty, I think, is Australian. I might be. I'm not exactly sure on each one of these. People are going to be screaming at me in the chat, but the little Letty version, it might be. I'll look it up. Let me look it up before I act like an idiot. Everybody's always in the comments like, you should know what you're talking about.
It's because we usually have Joe or Nate
Hey,
here.
you should know what we're talking about then.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
I need to start buying foreign Star Wars toys.
Yeah.
That's pretty clear.
Lil Letty.
If you find a bunch, let us know.
Yeah. I'll start hitting up everybody I know.
Or if like a little old lady walks into your LCS with 3 short boxes of them, might as well take them off her hands.
So the little Letty ones are from Mexico. Lily Letty, Lililedy. Those are from Mexico. So you got the R2D2 mint on card, sold for almost $7,000.
The fuck?
Yeah, and then you have a I think this is Italian Progresso, 14 back. No, that's Little Letty too. Okay, so another Mexico Neen Num sold for $1,500.
See, if it's coming from Mexico, though, you know it's not real, and it's actually just a drug deal that's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just like traffic, right? You're just breaking them up, melting them down. You just can't get a pregnant lady to snort the coke.
Yeah. Pallet Toy is from England, and that's what the yak face is. That sold for $3,700. One of the last 17, final 17, right?
I'm trying to figure out what Star Wars collectors buy these, because all the ones I know are cheap.
Here is another Mexican C3PO carded. It sold for $2,300, and then a Micro Meccano. Let's look what that is. Micro Meccano. That's interesting. Let's see here.
All right, so Mexico.
That is
UK.
Micro Meccanos. Or Micro Meccano. Micro. I don't know what that is. Micro Meccano. Is that what it is? I don't know what that is. I don't know where that's from. It says Micro Meccano. I don't know what that is. Darth Vader. And that one sold for $2,200. And then there's a Toll Toys. I don't know where that's from. Let's find out where Toll Toys is from.
Isn't that like the one that Joe got too? Because it has the alternative art on the back.
Yeah, that's why I was hoping Joe was here. Yeah, Toll Toys is from Australia. Okay, so that's an Australian one on the far right. And that one sold for $2,500. Joe got the regular one, the purple one.
Yeah, right. But it also has on the back the Emperor Mailway thing.
Yeah, the Mailway Emperor, which is cool.
Yeah. All
right. Speaking of Bruce Timm, you guys know those famous, I think, as a matter of fact, Kreider posted today. Was it today? Yeah, he posted. So if you guys aren't following James Kreider on IG, there's a problem. He's one of the best comic book IG channels to follow. He posted this today, and you guys will recognize this. Famous Bruce Timm, these all crime comics. Actually, me and Sean actually found some in San Diego. Not this one. I think Golden State picked this one up, right? Did he buy this one while we were standing there? Anyways,
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
There might have been more than one. I just didn't buy them.
Yeah. So
I know you got one or two, right?
Yeah, I bought 2 of the other issue.
Yeah.
This is number 1, right?
Yeah, maybe Golden State got that.
So, All Crime number 1, but these covers and Bruce Timm also does. What is that Bruce Timm book where it's like the Nazi that's branding the person?
I know the book. I don't remember the name.
So you guys know what I'm talking about, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. Check these out, dude. Tell me he didn't get some of those ideas from these old school nudie mags. Men Today magazine from the 60s. Go look at the covers from these. These are old school men's nudie mags that had crazy art covers, bondage covers, all kinds of crazy Nazis doing crazy stuff. Look at that Nazi branding someone right there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because it was like what Dave Stevens, he used to have a collection of like porn magazines and stuff like that to get influence from.
Yeah.
Dude, Milo, they all do, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude, we got Perillo drawing fucking Wolverine's dick. I don't know who the model was for it, but like he commissioned Wolverine's dick, dude.
Yeah. Thorough. Thanks, brother. Moving on. Oh, before I move on, look at these prices too. A lot of good magazines that I've been looking at. I'm like Blue Green. I've kind of faded away from comics and moved more into like magazines and other interesting shit to me right now. I mean, I'll always be into comics, but I'm just not putting as much money as I used to into comics. And I'd rather put it into stuff like this, cool stuff like this. So these are all interesting prices, you know, $237, $159, $161, old school 1960s men's nudie magazines with just crazy covers, drawn covers. But look at these. Original first issue of Surfer magazine from 1960 sold for $250. It had 8 other like cool bonus magazines and items. $250 that sold for. The very first Surfer magazine.
That's dope.
Crazy.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And then look at this Vintage Life magazine from 1922. Look how cool that freaking cover is, dude. I have to get me one of these. I will. This is immediately I put this on my search list.
Is that like the first Life magazine ever?
No.
Oh.
No. But it's fucking beautiful cover, dude.
Yeah.
Holy cow. And then a Mexican Cinema magazine from 1952 with this beautiful Marilyn Monroe cover on it. $537 on that one.
That's cool.
Yeah. Check out these 2 books in the middle and the left. 1954 Snuff Man Giveaway comic book. A rare tobacco promo comic aimed at kids. Sold for $828.
That's funny.
And then the same seller had a similar book. This is it's called Red Iceberg. It's an anti-communism free giveaway for kids. Sold for $516.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then I love this stuff. I have a poster from the 50th anniversary of Roswell that is a badass art poster that they had, and I had all the cool speakers there sign it, and that's what this is. This is from Alien Con in LA. They do this thing called Alien Con, and they have all the UFO speakers speak at it. And this is a killer poster, and he had all the speakers sign it. So it's got like Giorgio Tsoukalos from Ancient Aliens signed it. The guy who wrote the books talking about who's the guy that talked about the Sumerians? Not Malachi Martin. I forget the guy that originally talked about the Sumerians. He signed it. Eric Von Daniken signed it. A bunch of crazy ufologists signed it, but it's a killer poster. It sold for $250, $240.
Yeah, that's a dope poster.
Yeah.
Oh, Up the Down's asking, why is there a sudden interest for magazines? Is it just because CGC is starting to grade them, or is it something else going on? I mean, I don't want to answer for everyone, but I think a lot of people are seeing like an opportunity in that market that hasn't really been explored.
Everything can be a collectible as long as there's people that want it.
Yeah.
I'll say that since I've been doing market reports all the way back on Flipside, I've always been showing cool magazine sales. So I've always been in magazines.
We used to have that Wizard segment. I mean, people have obviously known about like Sports Illustrated and Sports Illustrated for Kids, like with players' first cards in that.
Yeah.
I think people are just now exploring the different possibilities of different fandoms of, what's popular and what's kind of like forgotten.
I think he has kind of hit it on the head, though. It is also because of the grading. I think that's really helped a lot of the prices. I mean,
oh yeah,
look at that Nintendo Power. That's
yeah, exactly.
That's issue 11. Yeah, it's issue 11. It is a newsstand, which is crazy, and it's a 9.8, and it sold for almost $2,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Mario
and
issue.
Higher grades are gonna. I mean, this is common sense, but it's gonna be tougher to find people. Even though people like me, I saved my magazines, so I still have Beckett and WWF Superstars, and I'm a Comics Price Guide. I don't know, just random magazines that I liked as a kid. All my Mads, Cracks, things like that. But they were in a box. Like I didn't think. I was young, but I didn't think I had to treat them like collectibles. But I thought it would be okay to save them. I just never thought I knew my comic books were supposed to be in a bag and board, but then again, your mom wouldn't always buy you bags and boards, so you just had to put your best comics and your best card guards and your best comics, your best bag and board, your best cards and your best card guards.
Yeah,
you'd be like, now this is my best card. I'm gonna put it in this down. And you switch shit around because you don't know. But dude, I didn't have a bagged and boarded magazine from when I was a kid. So a lot of them are ones that didn't sell from warehouses and things like that. I think are starting to come to light, or some people were better at collecting that. So with that opportunity that you guys were talking about, especially with an opportunity to grade, people are saying, "Oh shit, let me get in on this," because you're gonna be less likely to find a plethora of high grade in any of the stuff. By the same token, I think it doesn't, for the old stuff, it doesn't matter on the grade. If you can just find that cool cover or that cool artist or whatever. I got a Thrasher above me. You can't see it, but on the wall, it's just a Robert Williams cover that I had since I was a kid, and that introduced me to him in a Thrasher in 86 or 87 or whatever the hell it was. And so I've been collecting that guy and enjoying his art ever since. So
I love this 1933 magazine. It's a Technocrats magazine, and it's got this killer robot cover, man. Just badass. And look what it says on there. It's it's basically talking about the same shit we're talking about today, recession and stuff like that. It's very interesting. 1933. And then this middle book is awesome. This is super cool. It's I think a fan or art fan magazine. It's called Shadis. It's issue number 2. This guy had issue number 1, 2, 3, and 4 up, I think, or 1, 2, 4, and 5 up. Issue number 2 is the first appearance of Knights of the Dinner Table. Iconic, cult classic comic book. Was been doing great homages ever since they've been putting stuff out. Super rare tabletop game, tough to come by. First issue, just a great comic book, and it got first started in this old school fan magazine thing called Shadis, and here's a raw copy that sold for $810.
And I think Knights of the Dinner Table 1. I mean, that's like a $3,000 or $4,000 book, right?
Yeah. Somebody got lucky.
There might be two 9.8s or something, maybe if that.
Dude, somebody got lucky.
And it's still running.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a super smart buy.
Yeah. All right, we got more here. We've got a couple more. All right, cool G.I. Joe. This is the 2010 convention set. It's Jammer, Lifeline, and Gaucho. And Gaucho is just a repainted version of Gung Ho. And there's Jammer and Lifeline. And it's limited to $650. It sold for $415. There's the figures. Gaucho, I gotta get that figure, bro. I need that figure. That's a cool figure. So, all bagged. This is a CAS 85 Plus Apollo 11 moon landing Michelangelo figure. And look how cool this figure is. It sold $456. Look how great CAS is at putting the figures in there. It's got the little flag mounted. It doesn't have the sticker on it. The sticker is still not stuck on it. It's over there, in the little foot thing. It's got the card. It's got the suit, how they have the suit back there. That is just beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool.
Absolutely gorgeous. CAS is so good at mounting loose figures like this. Just what a great way to display it.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you have all the pieces to complete the set, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is the best way to display a loose figure.
Yep. So, that's all for $456. I don't know what this is. This is a OAF mini comic. Oh, sold for $312. Matt Brinkman. I was hoping somebody might know what this is. OAF Baton mini comic published by Attack Flotilla. It's over $312. So I didn't do any research on it because I forgot about it. Superman Tim. These are these old Superman Tim books that they used to give away. They would send these away. And this is the 1947 Kennedy's undergrad promo giveaway. Sold for $280. You can look these up. They're called Superman Tim. And they were like, they must have just licensed Superman for a certain amount of time to this magazine group or whatever, this Tim magazine. So, old school.
It's cool.
Yeah. This is really cool. Look at this cover, dude. Remember Pearl Harbor, 1942 Golden Age comic. I collect Uncle Sam stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's got some dope comic covers.
Yeah. Yeah. So, to me, that I just love Uncle Sam homages, comic covers, magazine covers, anything. Posters. My favorite is my Alex. I have the Alex Ross one where he's flipping you off.
Man, I just want to know where you can get pants like that, though.
I know. Badass cover, bro.
My grandpa legit had those pants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like from probably the 60s or 70s, polyester. And I remember I was in. He'd laugh and he'd want to wear them, and he called them striped pants. I don't know. He's all, your grandmother doesn't like my striped pants, right? And I had no idea why. And he let me have them. I remember trying to skateboard in them in like high school, but they were like polyester, bell bottomish, and they look like that, red and black stripes.
Yeah, I would totally wear those if I was, to play a show in. To play a show in, that would be perfect.
Yeah, he was in hillbilly bands. So to be honest, those pants could have been from the 40s or 50s.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, I definitely would have noticed if they were still around. They're not, and they're probably worth a shit ton of money.
Interesting, man. Super interesting.
Yeah, that's a cool book.
Yeah. All right, got a couple more here. Coming from Josh right here. This is kind of crazy, dude. What the hell?
Yeah, so that was my sale.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it's
making some good money on that one.
I had it listed for, I think, like $10,999 maybe, because my thought process was pricing it in between a direct and a newsstand, and a newsstand sells for like $14,000, $15,000. So some guy messaged me and he said he would do $5,000 for it. and then we talked for like an hour, and that's the price we ended up settling on. But I mean, that's like insanely. There's only one of these. If there's ever more than 10 of these, like if more than 10 9/8s ever hit the census, I'd be amazed. Like that's like a needle in a haystack. Like I even got that shipped to me from Spain, not in a bag and a board, and it still got a 9/8.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So who knows? Maybe it was a 9/9 or a 10.
Yeah.
11. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Then there was this one. This is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah. So this was my buddy Sky. So this is the Lebanese Incredible Hulk 1. It came out in 1965. It's the cover only. The guts are like a Solar Man of the Atom story inside of it. Highest graded copy. This was like a file copy, and he sold this the other day for 20 grand. So that's like a monster book. And that was probably, I mean, he could have held on to that, and it probably would have just kept going up. There's only they only made a couple hundred of these. It was like a test printing that the company did, and then they went out of business. And this is probably the nicest copy that there'll ever be of that book, since it was like the editor's copy.
Yeah, a file copy.
Yeah, so I mean, he could have asked for more, but I mean, 20 grand, that's a big sale. It's getting up there.
That's awesome. All right, again, shout out to our boy James Kreider. Look at this. This is a monster sale right here. This is the Dungeons, or what is it here? Is that Dungeons and Dragons, right? Yeah, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Monster Manual, the first print, right? With autographs of the artist.
Nice.
$26,678.
What did he also say about this? That this is the highest selling D&D item ever?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I figured there'd be something from D&D that would sell for
like
more than that.
First board game in plastic or some shit.
You got Magic cards that were made a month ago selling for $2 million, and that's going for $26,000.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
You just got to get Post Malone to start playing D&D.
I guess so.
What is that saying about a fool and their money?
Yeah.
Oh god, I don't know, man. If you can fuck around and spend $2 million, you're probably doing okay.
He was on Joe Rogan the other day, they were talking about that, and he was like, he even admitted, he was like, this is probably the dumbest thing that I've ever done with as much money as I have, but I bought it. So
he makes that in one show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like he's fine. He sells out one arena. He's good to go.
All he has to do is just sell merchandise at a show. It doesn't even have to sell out, and he could probably make that much money.
If he ever needs money, he got like his two teeth or whatever. He got all those diamonds put in them. Those are worth like a couple million, I think, now a piece or something like that.
Yeah, but
saving it.
Did he take the diamond test? Because the Island Boys did that, and it didn't beep on their teeth.
Yeah, I think his are gonna beep.
Legit.
Figure that out.
His could be legit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would assume so.
He's a little more credible than the Island Boys. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's true. I still haven't listened to any of their music, so
I didn't know that's what they did.
Don't they do music?
I thought they were fucking TikTok people. I don't know, dude.
I don't think they do anything anymore.
I'm the last person to know any of that.
Well, we got one more thing to talk about tonight. We are 3 hours in, you guys, and we're going to end it talking about this crazy art auction from Kevin Smith. All of his shit he's auctioning off. Like all the cool shit that he bought through the years, all the cool comic art, all the comics. So this is through Bodnard's auction. It's his comic art collection. And it's going to be a live broadcast sale. And everything starts at $10, but they have bids on them. So we can go over some of these. Like, here we go. Demon original comic book cover art for the Demon.
Ooh.
Look at this, dude.
Yeah, I got excited, but it's the I mean, it's super cool.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not, but it's the 80s. I thought it was
Yeah.
the Jack Kirby shit, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might need to replace my Buddy Christ with an autograph one because my dog got a hold of this one.
There you go, dude.
Look at
Oh,
this.
with
Dude,
yeah,
a
with
lot of
Jesse
Preacher
and-
and Sandman art.
Yeah, Jesse and Tulip on a page. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
100%, dude.
So why
issue 3, page 14?
He said it's because he's downsizing to
Okay.
permanently go to New Jersey, and he doesn't have room to display it all. And I'm like, there's no way this was all displayed.
Yeah.
So I don't. He's probably. I don't know the answer. I mean, I assume he's doing better than most people. But I
Yeah.
know he self-funded a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm a fan, so I don't want to.
Dude, I bet you can get some
I
killer
mean,
deals.
even if he just wants to sell it, I wouldn't care. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. He said it was for downside. Whatever.
I think he's got like
Make
the
your
whole
money.
issues of certain issues, man.
Well, and then he just, he was in the hospital for a while too, so that I'm sure that bill's not cheap.
Yeah.
But he was probably also displaying this.
What are you talking about?
But he was
Yeah,
probably
that was
also
a while ago.
But he was also displaying this like at his house, like I'm assuming his like some sort of office too.
Dude, look at this cover.
It wouldn't surprise me if he lived in.
Yeah, but he's got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages. Nobody.
Yeah,
he
he's got
doesn't.
full
he never had a
issues.
mansion in L.A. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at this. It's got the.
I don't know,
Icod.
man. Just it's fine. But like, there's a. Oh, that's fucking dope.
Dude, what an
and
amazing.
so
yeah.
the thing, the other thing
$110.
is,
when's it end? Oh, not till September.
September 27th.
we got some time, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be people in person. He must know somebody at this company, but at the same time, like to him, like, look, man, this stuff's probably just collecting dust.
Yeah.
I'd love to try to find a Jesse and Tulip page and also say that I got it from Kevin Smith, though.
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool.
Collecting dust, and he probably paid $10 a piece for all those pages. So.
Dude,
Bro.
he probably
Here's
gave
Hitman.
like Steve Dillon or Glenn Fabry a spot in a movie, and we don't know they're in there.
Yeah.
He's like, you
Issue
can draw
2
for
of
my next
Hitman,
comic book.
where he meets Batman and Batman's up in the tree. Look at that, dude.
Yeah, that's
Well,
dope.
he wrote what, Widening Gyre?
Yeah.
So that would be
No.
so I don't know if he has
Yeah,
pieces
he
of
did.
that.
Dude,
Yeah.
Hitman issue 2, like the Hitman run is such a great run.
He's got a lot of Hitman up, I think.
A lot of Hitman, a lot of Demon,
What's
a
the name
lot
of his
of
auction house again?
Boldnares.
Yeah, he's got to know someone, because that's a weird. Like, you would think he would go to like Heritage or something like that. And
That's absolutely the first thing I said. They're gonna be. It looks like that they do pop culture shit. Because I had to click through. I don't know if Bryan got the link from me, but I had to like drill down into this. I saw an announcement and just had to look them up. So yeah, he's got
This is the first
it's
appearance
kind of
of
a
Hitman,
funky. It's
isn't
a
it?
funky site, huh?
Isn't Batman Chronicles the first appearance of Hitman?
I mean, I wouldn't.
Batman
That
Chronicles
sounds right.
4 or something like that.
That sounds right.
Dude, I mean,
It's
this is
got a
amazing.
month on this shit, dude. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah, it's
probably
gonna
not gonna
go.
get anything.
It's gonna go way up.
Grendel and Batman.
I feel like a lot of these pieces are gonna go above their estimate value.
I bet
or
you
whatever.
can get some deals, dude. Look at that. That's a great piece, dude. Batman looking through a microscope like that with the pros on there.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a great piece. $120. I bet you can get deals for some really good pieces on here that people wouldn't necessarily think is a good piece. Dude, that's a killer piece. Look at that. Wow.
Oh, so you think the idea is to watch those like low priced ones right now to see like where they end up closer?
I
or
would just keep
like...
an eye on whatever you see that you like.
Yeah.
Because look at that page, dude. That page is amazing.
Because
Yeah.
trust
It's in
me,
the-
that could
it's
sit
in
at
the Batcave.
200.
Yeah, that can. You could be
That
like,
could sit at
yeah,
that
I'm
price
finally
till
gonna
the
get
last
the piece I
day.
want.
Yeah.
And every single one
Yeah.
of us is gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
oh shit.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so it's dope, and it's Kevin Smith, man. So
There's a ton of stuff too.
this website's so funky too.
Yeah.
So it's like a new auction house
Detective
kind of situation.
748 cover.
I don't know if they're new or just not as well known. I have a bunch of ones that are local that do, or at least some that are local that you guys would never hear of.
Yeah.
But it's not as good a shit as this by any means, but they exist. So it's probably someone that he knew and they have a little bit of experience, or they have experience.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, they're located in New Jersey or whatever. So.
I was gonna say, didn't you say he's moving to New Jersey?
Yeah, and that's what that's Clerks. That's where he's from. That's where his movie theater is that he goes to see everybody at. I think he must be flying to LA to film the show with Mark Bernard. And he does. That's a good point. He lives in both places.
Bryan, gonna go after some Sandman art?
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna keep my eye on this for sure. I really think you could get some killer pieces for cheap. Look at this. Green Arrow issue 5, pages 21 and 22 frame. Look at that.
Yeah, they did a bunch of. Yeah, they did old Star Wars. I mean, they're experienced, but
Frank Miller Daredevil page, original page. Damn, dude. And it's
you
got
have to register to bid. Not that that's surprising.
Look at that. Bullseye page from 161, page 22. Frank Miller Bullseye Daredevil page. Original cover from Comic Art issue 8. That badass.
They had.
Yeah, dude.
It's funny they put estimates on these things. Like they don't know. Dude. I think he's gonna do a lot better.
Swamp
Thing. $3 to $6 grand. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of these that are already outperforming the bids, and we're not even.
You're not even close
in the universe, dude. I'm hoping there's not as many Preacher fans out right now.
Dude, these are big pages and big pieces of art, man. And the only thing is that I think that, like, when you sell so much at once, like, I feel you don't get as much for them. Does that sound right? Does that sound crazy? I mean,
maybe. I don't know. For Kevin Smith, I think could break that.
Yeah. Maybe.
For you and I on eBay.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, and art collectors aren't.
Maybe don't auction like
department.
Yeah, or don't auction like, I don't know, 65 Spawn 306s in the same hour.
Yeah. These are all the original.
Or
his
Green
Arrow run, dude. Wow.
Just keep on adding more to the census too, right? While you're at it.
Oh yeah, he wrote some Green Arrow too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Quiver run. These are all the covers, dude.
Yeah, these covers are great.
Yeah.
So I never even got on this page. Okay. Yeah, man.
That's the Wizard cover. Kevin Smith Quick Stops #2 original cover art. Nice little homage. With apologies.
Kyle's asking, is Kevin Smith broke and now has to sell off art collection?
No, this
honestly, nobody has any idea. Like, most of this stuff wasn't hanging on walls, but you know what?
Yeah.
If he just said, "Fuck it, it's time."
Yeah.
Maybe, dude. For all I know, for all we know, this Bodner's place, they're this up and coming place. He knows somebody, and it's New Jersey or whatever. If I read that right, I don't know. And then it's in Monmouth Junction.
He's probably also like, this shit is just sitting in boxes.
Yeah,
bro, he could own 50% of this company.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And he's like, all right, let's put it on the map.
Yeah, this is how we put this on the map. Yeah,
I don't like to jump to conclusions on stuff like this.
When I get older, I want to live comfortably. So if that requires me to
selling shit,
sell a lot of stuff that I have to, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
Can't take this shit with you when you die.
And let's be honest, 171 lots. There's a good chance he's got a whole fucking.
Yeah.
He's got 10 times that, dude.
Yeah, this is probably like a tiny little fraction of what he owns.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're not doing an Egyptian burial grounds where once you die and then you get a giant monument with all your shit buried in?
No. I'll get buried with one book and do an amazing race to see who can get it first.
Yeah, that'd be awesome,
dig my body up.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, good for that's all cool stuff. Well,
$10
good
a
for
page
Kevin.
at right now. It's got a lot ways to go, but I mean, if you want a cool page of, if you're a Kevin Smith fan, you can get original art, or, of a book that he's done. Or
does he still have that store too?
Yeah, Secret Stash.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, dude, he's got
The
good.
stash? I don't
The
think
good
so.
Lord knows how much he's got.
Yeah, isn't that the one they did Comic Book Man out of?
Yeah, I don't know if that's still open or not though.
Yeah,
I believe that is. He had one in LA that's been closed for a while.
Okay.
I see what I want. It's already above what they said it was going to be, though.
Yeah, dude, I saw a couple of those too.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Does that?
I'll go after one of these $10 pages.
That's a cool page.
Hold on.
There's some cool stuff in here for sure that you could probably get at a decent price. We'll have to go take a look.
Said everything comes with the COA.
Bunch of Green Arrow stuff.
I'll find up so I remember.
There's going to be more. I guarantee this is not just it. I guarantee he's going to have another one coming up.
He's probably just dipping his toes in, right? See how it does.
Because you don't see the big hitters yet. He's got some major hitters. I mean, to have some cool Sandman and Preacher stuff, and those covers from Green Arrow are cool, but he's got some heat.
The sight unseen. I'll take Dinesh all day, dude.
Yeah.
Haven for Heroes is saying Secret Stash is still open. Move to a larger location.
There you go.
Good.
Oh, AOA said the same thing too. Or that it was open.
It's not open? It is open.
No, it is open.
Okay.
It's open still. Move to a bigger location.
Yep.
That's a cool page. I like that character, that Automatopoeia character.
I'm gonna go after one of those $300 ones that they estimate.
Yeah, man, this is interesting. I was hoping there was going to be a couple other things than just fucking Green Arrow and.
Yeah, I'll have to. I know someone that's hardcore into Green Arrow. I'm gonna have to see if he knows about all this.
Oh, that's an interesting page. Look at this. Heroes poster book pinup 9/11 tribute.
I'm literally sitting on that registering to bid.
Really?
Yeah. So any viewers out there, if you want to outbid me, my birthday's on Thanksgiving Day. I'm not kidding.
Look at that, dude. That's a cool one. That's a cover for Detective 762.
Are you coming to Texas again for your birthday?
No. That'd be great.
Sketchbook, a gift from Dynamic Forces.
I read that letter. It's cool. Yeah, he gave away his birthday present. No, they said thanks for hooking us up. This is a truly rare book thing signed by Frank, and that's a sketchbook. Blah blah blah. That's their. I think that's their. I don't know what you call it. Their flagship piece.
Yeah.
Oh, like the storyboard piece or something like that.
I mean for this auction.
Oh, okay.
That's their this Frank Miller advertising thing.
Mm.
Oh wait. That's the photocopy of it?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not even the real copy; it's a photocopy.
Where on the
real
front
copy is in there though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the first thing on the first page.
Yeah. There's a movie script.
Oh, Clerks.
Framed print. That's actually pretty cool. Look at that.
I did buy because they're Clerks print framed. Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
And
there we go. I did I think I got a Clerks DVD from my brother and sister-in-law for from Comic-Con because they set up for that they set up at that whatever the tin roof or whatever, they set up the fake movies and stuff. So not this year but last year I got them that. Also it was like a toy catalog or something from 15 years ago, and in Culver City at a comic shop out there I grabbed in the dollar bin was this toy catalog, and it's signed by Kevin Smith and Muse. So straight dollar bin item. And I gave it to my sister-in-law probably 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, I had it already, but something like to her, I thought it was super cool.
That is cool, man.
It's a thought. I knew how much she'd really like it. Not that I didn't like it, but like, I don't know. I like getting comic related shit to people that would mean something to them because I don't know, it makes me feel good because that's what I like. So, if it makes me a worse person or a better person. But anyway, that's what happens.
Oh no, I think that's cool.
Hey, Kyle, is that what your wife told you?
Hell no, dude. Have you seen Kyle's wall and his background wall, dude? It's nothing but fucking cool comic shit everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, she's also like, you know what paid for this life?
Yeah.
You being that.
Yeah.
Glad you ate potatoes and lost 300 pounds. Don't have another heart attack.
Man. He's kind of become a pussy, though.
You hated He-Man, so.
Is it all the soy he's then taking now?
Cries all the time now.
Oh, him and Rogan almost got me when they're talking about the death of their golden retrievers. Fuck you, man. Yeah. But my dog hadn't died yet.
Oh, that's
so imagine if he had. So I'm not re-listening to that episode. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, that freaking killed me. I'll save some IG arts for Saturday night show because we are 3.5 hours in. We're gonna call it, and we'll save any pickups for then too or later on. I don't want to keep these guys too late. So 106 till the end. Thanks for hanging out, you guys.
Hey.
Much love. What do we got coming up?
How about exits out of the house, right? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Like instead pickups, mail offs, right?
Exits, sales. That being said, what do we got coming up tomorrow night? Bogcast, live episode on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Check it out. We talk about fun stuff. And then Friday night, House of Stein, Hot 10 show on House of Stein. Check it out, 11 p.m. Eastern, like normal, like clockwork. Saturday night, Modern Comic Mayhem, like normal, like clockwork, 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you there. Peace.